All right, welcome to episode 441. What is it now?
Yeah, 441. You're good.
Okay, Jackson wants to do a top 10 bestest video games of all time
Biggest
episode.
bubble butts of all time. Number 10, Jackson.
I only get number 10?
Yes, because number 9, Jackson again.
Oh, hell yeah. Sweet.
Mhm.
No, I thought a bit of structure to the episode would be nice this week, since we've been ranting and raving about insane things the previous weeks, like how much you hate Andor because there's talking in it.
Yeah, I hate when
get off the hook
characters
for that
talk.
one.
It's true.
No, but yeah, we'll skip that. This is what structure will aim to fix in the show, is so that Andrew doesn't insult me to my face like that ever again.
I'm going to
it won't
insult
stop
every
that.
single thing on your list.
Yeah.
I hope you know that.
You're gonna insult
And you don't
every
have
single.
a meltdown.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm crying into my pillow.
Jackson stumbled through my door after having one too many whiskey sours, and he said, I'm so tired of the Star Wars hate and Assassin's Creed
Stop.
hate, and so we need to do something fun again. Is that right, Andrew? And he was talking to the wall, but I didn't want to interrupt him. Anyway.
Hey, yo, what else?
Yeah,
going and going.
That Kaya guy plays too much Elden Ring, damn it. So
It was a good
Jackson
weekend.
had an idea for we've done quizzes before, we've done trivia before, we've done stuff like that. He thought this time all three of us would do a little homework. We have a top 10 video games list, personal choice, not like of all time, but our top 10 personal favorite video games ever, and we
Yes,
would share with the
exactly.
class.
It's for our favorite games, top 10 favorite games for each of us
Yeah.
individually. This does not mean these are the, best games of all
Well,
time.
mine are,
They don't
but
need
I
to
hear
be
what
the-
you're saying.
Well, mine are as well, obviously, as
Nah,
well.
that would be the top 20.
but-
That doesn't make any sense, Jackson. Come on now.
There are plenty of games, actually, that I could see the argument for being in the top 10, best games of all time. Like
Mhm.
Minecraft, for example.
You put
but it's not
Minecraft
on
on
my
your
list.
list? Are you
Watch
savage?
it.
It's not on my list.
Watch
it's
it.
not on my list. Or it could be. It could be on my list. It's definitely on Kaya's list. We'll see.
Yeah,
don't
we'll
know
see.
that.
I think our lists are going to be very different
I
from
agree.
each other, especially Kaya. I don't even know if Kaya has a list. Do you?
I can almost guarantee that there's at least one game that none of you will ever guess or even have heard of.
I'm going to
So-
actually wager that like 3 things on my list, maybe 2, are games you've never heard of.
Are
I
they
can guarantee
hentai?
you've heard of all of my games because I'm a basic bitch.
Yeah.
who-
Well,
who
here's the
likes Star Wars
question.
Andor.
Here's the question, though. Who goes first? I know there's Jack Order, but Kaya, not being the biggest gamer, maybe he goes first? I don't know. What are we thinking?
I feel like I can actually guess what's on his list pretty accurately.
All right,
Mm.
go ahead.
yeah, let's start with
okay.
Kaya. Let's start with Kaya because he plays the least
No.
games. So let's do Kaya.
Well, okay, I'm gonna say he's got Worms, Armageddon, Life is
Worms
Strange,
Armageddon, absolutely. Elden Ring,
Life is Strange,
abso-fucking-lutely.
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna go like Euro
Okay.
Junk or Euro Jank, like
American Truck
Kenshi.
Simulator.
I'm gonna guess
Well,
that the games he thinks
okay.
that none of us have heard of.
I'm going to say one of them is a Mario Party. I don't know which one, but a Mario Party for sure.
Oh yeah, actually a
Do
lot
you
of
want me
Mario.
to spoil it? Do I yes
well,
or no?
do
or what do I
a
do
countdown from 10 to 1. Do a
You get
countdown from
naked.
10 to 1.
You get naked. Yeah, well, no, we should all
No.
go 10 first. We'll list them in our order. So, Kaya, you go first with your number 10.
Oh, like reverse order, like with the least favorite top 10?
Yeah. Well, it's still your favorite, but
Okay,
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
Unless you put games that you
don't have
hate at the
10,
top
I
of your
have
list.
7.
Okay, that'll
Okay,
do.
I don't have 10,
Mhm.
but my last place, number 7, is SimCity.
Ooh.
Specifically the one where they had like pixelated graphics, and currently I'm looking at a game that's like inspired by it, called Metropolis 1998,
Mhm.
which is trying to ape that aesthetic,
Mm.
which I'm very excited for. So SimCity, because I have very fond memories as a child, just playing that game and just, throwing the asteroid at people,
Yes.
the volcano.
So, you probably played like SimCity 3000 or is it 4000? One of those ones.
I don't know which one it is, like SimCity 2000.
I don't know. But yeah, the asteroid was a lot
I
of
don't
fun.
know either. Like not the modern ones, not the shitty 3D.
I don't think there are modern
Which one
ones
was the one
anymore.
where they had a DRM and at launch it crashed
Yeah.
the servers so
That's
nobody could play.
SimCity 4,
Not
I
that one.
believe. Yeah, yeah.
SimCity like
Yeah, just the old
2011,
school
the
ones.
one that came out in 2011. That was awful. That was like
Okay.
the first game with DRM.
Okay. Next one. Neverwinter Nights.
Okay.
The or-
No.
What-
We
what?
should do one person at a time because the other two we can discuss their list.
Oh, okay.
I think we do.
Okay.
So Kaya, finish out your list and then we'll move forward.
Okay, so I continue?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Neverwinter Nights, the first one, the original.
I am shocked, and yet it also makes total sense. Wow.
Why are you shocked?
Because I know of that game. I've heard of that game in the back of my mind forever. I just never thought I would hear its name again, and least of all from you. That's a
Well, he
throwback.
likes
They turned it
role-playing
into
games.
a shitty online game that nobody cares about, and they made like a sequel, which I played, but then it devolved. It's not good anymore. But the very first game, it's still a good role-playing game in the whole, like Baldur's Gate, Planescape Torment,
Dungeons and Dragons universe,
Neverwinter Nights.
right?
Yeah, very fun games. All right, next up. Any comment, Jackson?
No, I think your list
Any
is good
negging?
so far.
Yeah,
I don't
those
know
are
how-
both
I'm expecting
solid titles.
Jackson at some point to hate on me just for the like as revenge for Andor.
No, if you got like Neverwinter Nights and SimCity on there, how the fuck could you not get to 10? Have you only ever played 7 games in your entire life? Like, surely you could have found 3 other ones to get to 10.
Well, I actually just added one too that I remembered. But point is, anyway, what do you mean? It's enough. It's 8. Leave me alone. Elden Ring, number 6.
Wow,
Get
all
off
the way
my
down
balls,
to
Jackson.
6. I'm shocked.
Elden Ring at 6.
Well,
I thought that'd be at least top
I mean-
2.
Yes.
Well, there's how many Worms games are there?
The rest of the list is just
Worms
Worms.
games.
Only one good one.
Wow.
So I was tossing up for you between Elden Ring and Worms Armageddon at 1 or 2. I just didn't
That
know
is
which way it would shake
100%
out.
what I thought as well. I thought Elden Ring was creeping into your heart for like potential favorite
Okay,
game
well-
of all time.
6.
Well, let's talk about our criteria though, because
Sure.
I don't know what you guys' criteria was. For me, it's nostalgia factor as well as
Absolutely.
like how much fun has this game provided me with my friends.
I
which-
included that too.
Right, which Elden Ring, like, it's a really fun game, but I didn't play it with my friends on my own, just playing it
Fair,
on the TV.
fair.
It's a lot of fun, but it's not, I don't have like fond memories of it, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.
So
I totally
Elden
hear you.
Okay. Number, what is this? 5, Minecraft, which
Okay.
I play a
Oh my
lot
God.
with my friends. And
Okay.
Jackson, you can call me a basic bitch or whatever you said.
You know what? No,
I-
that's-
I
Xander.
think putting
Not a
Minecraft
basic
is
bitch.
okay. I think putting Minecraft above Elden Ring is insane. I'm not going to lie.
It's just a factor of like, I know it's not a great looking game. I know it's a basic bitch, like download Microsoft to log in, play children's game, but I liked building stuff with my friends. You know,
I'll
Being
gi-
in
I'll
voice
give you
chat
that.
and just having
I-
fun with them.
I had to like death claw my hand away from adding a Mario Party to mine because like I just like the concept of Mario Party. There isn't an individual game I would say is one of my favorites, but just the idea of it with friends, you know what I mean? So I get you. I totally understand what you're saying.
I don't think that's a basic bitch response. Like, if I had more good experiences, I played a lot of Minecraft. If I had more good
Mhm.
experiences, it would probably be on my list. I think my list is definitely like basic bitch list.
Your list is
Whereas
all
yours is-
Minecraft, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all Minecraft. No, it's all cheap Minecraft knockoffs because I could never afford Minecraft.
Block World, Qubits,
Roblox.
Roblox.
Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing but that back to back to back to back to
Battle
back.
blocks.
Okay, number 4 on my list is Mario Party, Andrew.
Ooh,
So-
which
Wow,
one though?
you
Which
predicted
one?
it.
I called it, but which one? Just
Any-
general, the
like any
general
on the Switch.
concept
Yeah,
of Mario
you-
Party.
Yeah.
You can't put a franchise in there. It has to be an individual game. Which one?
I think I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about
Jamboree, I guess. Like
the Switch
over
one.
the weekend, we had family over, and I got 5 stars as fucking Yoshi because Yoshi is the best character, and we all got hammered, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So Mario Party Jamboree.
Is
I
that
guess.
is that the newest? Is that the newest one, or because there's a couple
I
on the
think so.
Switch? Yeah, Jamboree. If that's the very newest one, that game is amazing and probably is the best Mario Party. I have played that game so much with friends. I think that's a great pick. I love that fucking game.
I know what number 1 for Kai's list is going to be. It's going to be
Yeah,
alcohol.
we all know. But- Makes every game fun.
I'll give you some other hits though. Did you have them growing up? Because like Mario Party 2 on the N64 was fucking incredible. Mario Party 6 on the GameCube was really, really good. There's
See, this
a
is gonna
lot
be
of good
my
Mario
issue.
Parties.
Like you were saying, a lot of your favorite games of all time have a lot to do with nostalgia, obviously.
Oh yeah,
And I grew up in a
nostalgic
different
picks.
time
Yeah.
to you guys, as well as I was never a Nintendo kid. So there's like no Nintendo games on my list. Whereas I think that
But growing
if I
up,
did grow up a
didn't have-
Nintendo home,
I didn't have any consoles, but yes, I have played the
Well, that's why you've
earlier
only got
Mario
7
parties
games.
because
Now,
my friend,
yeah.
he has like on his emulator or whatever it is, we played the earlier like Nintendo 64 Mario parties, I think.
Yeah.
He's in chat saying we played 2.
2 is amazing. 2
They're
is
all
the one with
fun.
themes to it, where you like go to space or you're cowboys or whatever. That one is really, really good.
Yeah. We
Mhm.
played the cowboy map.
Yeah. Now, Jackson,
is
don't
fun.
feel disparaged, Jackson. Only 2 of my games are Nintendo games. So,
okay, good. None
yeah,
of
and I
mine are.
love Nintendo. I'm a big Nintendo fanboy, and yet I only put 2. So you're good. You're all right.
Yeah, I feel like I would have if I grew up in a Nintendo household.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it
Mhm.
shakes out.
Hit us, Kaya.
Up next.
What number is this?
Okay, 3 now.
Ooh.
Number 3, probably Serious Sam 2, or not Serious Sam 2, but The Second Encounter.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I grew up on it.
Shit.
I grew
Okay.
up on it. I replayed that game probably like 8 times because it was one of the only games I got to own on the
Mhm.
family computer.
You know what I loved about Serious Sam, specifically the Second Encounter as well, is the raw amount of secrets in that game.
Yeah.
So good.
I know.
Now, what I
Yeah.
loved is the guys without heads who have bombs on their arms and they go,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
Across the dunes.
Suicide bombers, yes.
Yeah.
So good.
I played a few
I
Serious
love
Sams
that
in my
game.
day growing up. Not my favorite, but they're good. Like, I don't fault you for putting that on there.
They're
They're a
so
good franchise. A lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And Serious Sam, the franchise, like the studio that makes it, has one of the most creative anti-piracy methods where they allow you to play the game, but if the game can detect that you torrented it, it puts a immortal pink scorpion in the video game that kills you on every level.
Yeah, chases
And
you
it
around.
hunts you
And there's just no
forever.
way around
Yeah.
it.
That shit's
Yeah.
awesome.
So if you want to play
number
Serious Sam
2.
on extra hard mode, make sure you don't buy it. And
Yeah,
just pirate it.
I want to see more anti-piracy speedruns. Like you got that one, and then in the Arkham game, the first Arkham Batman game, if they detected that you pirated it, they would break Batman's cape. So he genuinely couldn't open it, and he would just fall to the ground every time he tried to glide. I really want to see someone beat the whole game with that. I want to
Those
see
are
it
my
so bad.
favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good.
I know.
I'm sure that's soft
That's
lock.
the
Surely
best,
you have to
like-
glide at some point. You need to.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like my preferred method would be something that doesn't brick the user's computer, doesn't soft lock him, but just makes the game super obnoxious.
Did he
Just
just
like trolly
disconnect for
stuff, you know? Better than a...
Mhm.
I did? Hello?
What happened?
Did I disconnect?
Who
I think you
disconnected
did.
me?
Everyone
okay.
sounded fine to me.
Okay. Sorry, what were you
Am I
saying,
fine?
Kaya? I disconnected. What'd you say?
Oh, I forget. Well, I was just saying it's better than getting a letter from a lawyer. So if you're a company
yeah.
making a video game, do that. You know, do trolley
If
stuff.
I made a
just-
video game, if I made a video game and needed anti-piracy tech, all I would do is turn your webcam on, and I would do nothing with it. I would just turn it on and keep turning it on, and that's it. Just to
As
freak
you
people
take
out.
Oh, just to make you
photos.
paranoid,
Just to freak people out. Yeah, I would just turn it on randomly
Yeah,
and hit the recording button on it.
like the little green light, like
Yeah.
we're watching.
Yeah.
All right, I'll continue. Number 2 is a game that I bet none of you have heard of. It's called Xonotic.
What the fuck is this crap?
Notic?
It's a hentai game.
Xonotic is a free and open source fork of Nexus, which was a free and open source version of like Quake 3 Arena. It's an arena
how do you-
shooter. It's a super
how do you
boomer
spell it?
shooter.
Is this a
Xonotic?
joke, though? This looks like something you had to play in Turkey because times were tough.
I mean, I was poor, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Xonotic, Jackson. Like,
Oh wow, okay. So you can still
Shit.
download this right now. In fact, there's 334
You can,
players in
yes.
the past day.
Holy
It's
shit.
an active community. It's not bad.
and it suffers from what I call the worm syndrome, where like the worm servers have been up for almost 30 years now. But if you go online and try to play it, the
Mhm.
only people left are so good at it that you might as well be playing against like aimbots, right? Like they will nuke you within the first 2 seconds. So it's super difficult to get into this game nowadays. But
Well, do you
It's
think they
basically
are
just-
actually people, or do you think they're actually bots? AI.
No, they are actually people. Like Jackson, Andrew, we played Worms Armageddon together online one time. Remember
That we did,
and we
That
ran
did.
into a guy who like obliterated us single-handed with like all of his weapons tied behind his back.
Yeah.
Zonotic has the same problem. Like it's a really fun arena shooter, like a boomer shooter, arena shooter, whatever the fuck they call them these days, inspired by Quake 3. Because there was another open source game inspired by Quake 3 who sold out and signed a deal with Microsoft, I think, for the Xbox. So the community was like, fuck you. We're just going to fork the game and make Zonotic. So shout out to this game that I haven't played in 10 years, but when I was a teenager or in my early 20s, this was what I did all day. This was fun.
What a deep pull.
And no one will know.
I'm like in awe that this is something that I think maybe you and 6 other people on the planet would put on their list. That's such a deep grab bag. Holy
Definitely
shit.
not basic, bitch.
Very obscure.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fun, but it's very old at this point.
I wonder what number one could be. It could be any game.
Like, I think it's like the Nintendo thing again, though. If I grew up in like a Turkish house, maybe I would have played Zonotic. So maybe.
I need to hear, man, your list, you're really hyping us up for the most like stale Xbox 360 top 10 imaginable, man.
It is. Yeah, it is. But that's just that was my upbringing.
Sure. All right, Kaya, just fucking rip our Band-Aid off already. We know what number 1 is.
Okay, well, this is a game from my childhood. Zonotic was, but Worms Armageddon is also, of course, from my childhood. Specifically because I remember being, I don't know what age I would have been, but like a child. And I remember we had a family computer with like the CRT, big monitor, a white PC, and all I had to play was a demo CD for Worms 2 or something that had one level. And it was the same level over and over that I just replayed for a billion times. And it got me into Worms, the franchise. And then Worms Armageddon, when I discovered it, was just a lot of fun. And now I have a lot of fun memories with Worms Armageddon with my friends.
Holy shit. Kaya has been a
nostalgia, but I would still, to this day, I would argue, besides the technical issues of it like not supporting modern resolutions,
it's a good game.
It's still a really good game. Yeah,
it's a fantastic fucking game. I still play it every now and then. It's great. I don't blame
Team
you.
17 since then has not made anything comparable. They tried making really lame fucking 3D offshoots and spin-offs that rival. They're trying to be like the Fortnite, but with worms. Really, really lame.
Now, do you think Worms Armageddon was? Do you think that was the perfect execution of the concept, and that they really can't do any better than that? So there's no point.
They could do better if they just modernize it with like infinitely zoomable graphics and shit, because it is 2D art.
Yeah.
Right? Like 2D art, just make it so I can zoom in and out and support my 3-monitor setup and all that shit. That would be it. Yeah, it would be.
They are missing out on a
perfect esport game, by the way.
They are missing out on a huge pile of money by not just implementing content updates like, oh, we added a weapons pack, we added skins, we added more maps. Like just that and modernization, and people would go buck wild and still be playing that game forever.
Would you, Kai, would you still play it if it added a season pass to the game?
I mean, what is the season pass for? It depends. I'm sure that modern Worms games have season passes, like Worms Rumble, that piece of shit. But they just make stuff nobody asked for. Like, nobody wants a 3D Worms, bro. Just make a 2D one that has built-in modding, where people can use some sort of a simple scripting language to make their own weapons and levels. That's it. That's all that's needed. And I guarantee you, it would even be a good esport game that, like, streamers would pick up. Because, like, streamers stream, like, chess, right?
So do you think
chess on steroids?
Do you think someone should make an open source clone of Worms like they did Zonotic and just go run with that and make that the big thing?
How does that not exist? Surely that exists. Yeah, that's got to exist.
It does exist. Like Linux people have, but it's just not as good as a professional game.
Fuck.
So that is the reason why people still 25 years later play Worms Armageddon and buy the boxed edition on Amazon. Like me.
Now, you play this yearly, right? Like, you still play it actively?
Every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. That makes...
Absolutely.
I mean, it's obviously, we all knew going in that Worms Armageddon would be either 1 or 2.
I don't think you need to always, like, keep playing a game to put it on your list. I've got a couple that I've only played once or twice, but They're on a list
Absolutely
for
same.
on the list for the reason, you know.
Because of the impact that they made on you at that time.
I have
And
three criteria for my list, very similar to Kaya. The first two were nostalgia factor and overall fun experiences, overall time with friends. But the third factor is profound impact. Like games I still think about, games that left something with me. There's a lot of great games I omitted from the list that I think are fantastic, but it had to be one where I'm like, damn, I still think about that. Damn, that left an
honestly, my
impression
list
on me.
is entirely revolving around that last one, that impact. The games that had the biggest impact for me are on my list. And I think impact can mean those other two things that you said, like how much fun you had with your friends playing.
Sure.
It,
well, if yours,
how much creative output was.
If yours is so straightforward, do you want to go next? If there's not anything surprising,
yeah, I'll go next.
No, wait, let's save them for last.
No. I feel like Andrew's will be more probably interesting. So I feel like we should end.
All right. How about this? Say your first game, and if it's what we expect, then you can finish out your list. How about that?
My number one.
Your number? No.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Okay. Well, first of all, Kaya, I liked your list. I think
I do. I forgot to mention that. Kaya, your list, your list is deeply personal, and that's great. It's not at all what I think anyone could guess beyond like Elden Ring and Worms, but that means that you have a lot of really personalized experiences with it, which is great. It's fantastic that it gives you a window into who you are. I liked it.
Well, it was a great list.
That is so warm, heartwarming, cozy. Thank you. What a nice compliment.
Cutting in right now before my basic bitch favorite games of all time list to tell you about the sponsor of this episode. The VPN that makes it all possible, from this show in general to your internet security personally. That's right, ExpressVPN. Going online without ExpressVPN is like having sex without a condom. Why risk the danger at the end of the day? It takes 2 seconds to set up, and then you're protected from data thieves and IP harvesters, all of those scary things. Every time you connect to an unencrypted network, your online data is not secure. Anyone with some rudimentary knowledge can steal that stuff and potentially gain access to your personal data, which does include your passwords, bank logins, credit card details, and even your intimate, saucy photos if they're saved on your device. That's probably the most terrifying aspect of it, honestly. If those leak, Jesus Christ. Beyond that, though, even legal thieves exist. Corporations are mining your data every time you access their websites, then selling that information to advertisement brokers. Why give them that information? What good could come from it for you, giving all that information to Zuckerberg? That's why you should use a VPN, and ExpressVPN is just the best in the biz. Their encryption is secure, it's easy to use, it works on all of your devices from phones, routers, your personal computers, even your consoles. This all means you can stay safe and secure everywhere you go. I use it as my VPN and I've never had any problems, and it really is just so easy. Another fun aspect is that you can use ExpressVPN to circumvent geo-locked content, meaning I can access American Netflix from my Australian location. That's right, Americans, the call's coming from inside your house. All in the click of a single button. So secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/official. That's expressvpn.com/official to find out how you can get up to 4 extra months for free. That's 4 extra months of ExpressVPN protection for free. No deal like that, so go check that out. expressvpn.com/official. Stay safe and secure online. And now, let's find out how basic I really am. Back to the episode. Right. So my number 10 is an RTS game back from the early 2000s called Age of Mythology. Not Age of Empires, Age of Mythology.
Because Age of Empires is the big one. Mythology, though. Yeah.
Mythology was always far more interesting to me. Mechanically pretty similar to Age of Empires, but Age of Empires just kind of didn't do it for me in the creative way that Age of Mythology did. Like the way that they presented that game, obviously around all the different mythologies of the world, was far more interesting to me. It was one of the very first like computer games I played as well, so it had an impact on me in that regard. Like I played that as well as like Zoo Tycoon, SimCity, all those kinds of games at the same time. But yeah, Age of Mythology was the one I always went back and played, and I remember specifically my first encounter with it was I was about 7 years old and I went over to like a primary school or an elementary school friend's house at the time for his like birthday party. And he spent the entire day hogging the game on his old school PC. And I was desperately trying to get a turn. And I was like begging him. And I was like, can I play? Can I have one turn, please? And he was like, no, it's my birthday. So
Damn.
I had to wait. I had to wait for
Did
my
you just
parents
watch
to be
him all
able to
day?
afford buying it. Yeah, I did. It was
Aw,
still so good.
Jackson.
So that was one of my first. That was one of my real first, like, in a weird way, social gaming experiences where we were like discussing the game with like friends and stuff at the time. So very fun. And eventually, my parents were able to buy it for me, and then I just poured ungodly amount of hours. And it's kind of been like a constant throughout my childhood that I can remember, where like my dad. I remember specifically, my dad got into a car accident, which
Because of Age of
was a bad-
Mythology?
no, it was a bad car accident. But I distinctly remember in the morning at like 7 a.m., which is when it happened, I was playing Age of Mythology in my parents' bed, like my parents' bed while they were out, basically. And I remember playing it when my mum came in and was like desperately crying and telling me, your dad's been in a car accident. We need to go to the hospital now. And I distinctly remember, like, I frame events in my life around playing Age of Mythology.
Holy shit.
Tell her you're busy.
Yeah, I'm busy, Mom. I got to finish this round.
Wow.
The Greeks need
I can't
me.
pause it, Mom. It's an online game.
It's absolutely plausible.
Did you ever end up playing Age of Empires 2, by the way?
Yeah, of course. I played all the Age
because
of Empires.
that game, if you still want to hop into the Age of games, that game has a hugely active community. It still, as of right now, has 14,000 players on Steam. So if you want to hop back into the fucking series, you could do it right now.
It's probably like the only RTS that has ever maintained its popularity. Like, obviously, there's been years where it's waned and stuff, but it's still like probably the most popular RTS. Like even StarCraft and stuff, I feel like has diminished since its initial release. Whereas games like Age of Empires, even Age of Mythology itself just had a remaster or a remake release on Steam. I haven't played it yet, but it does exist. So yeah, that franchise is still going, which is surprising because I thought the RTS genre in general was just dead. But no, it still exists. It's good. It's also Age of Empires, Andrew, along with Halo Combat Evolved. Like those were the only games that you could play on like school computers when I was in primary school. So everyone played them.
You didn't have smart kids in your school. In my high school, we had a student tech team, and they had a USB that they would give to their friends that had Halo on it, and you could just install it on the computer you were on.
I literally just said Halo. I said Halo Combat Evolved and Age
not
of
Combat
Mythology.
Evolved. Oh, Combat Evolved. I thought you meant the RTS Halo.
No. What?
Combat.
Halo
What am I thinking
Wars?
of? What's the RTS called?
There's a Halo Wars.
Halo
That was an
Wars.
RTS.
I see. You said Age of Mythology and Age of Empires. I thought you were still talking about RTSs you were playing at school and meant the Halo Wars. No, I'm with you. Yeah, we had a little USB pass around for the first Halo on school computers. So I had that growing up too. I'm totally with you.
I think some people also had like Call of Duty on the PCs running at some point. But yeah, for some reason the teachers just kind of like looked the other way for all that stuff, which was cool. But yeah, so Age of Mythology is my number 10 slot. Yeah, a lot of good memories, obviously. Very formative.
Number 9.
Are we going to continue with my list?
I would say we continue with yours. Yeah.
Okay, number 9, no surprise. This one is a very basic bitch one. It's Mass Effect 2.
That's a great fucking choice. I don't think it's basic bitch at all. It's fantastic.
I mean, it is basic.
Game.
It's a giant AAA game. It's nothing like what was his number 2?
Basic is like Call of Duty, the new one, or shit like that. Nah, Mass Effect is a fine wine of a series. It's fantastic, kind of fallen off. Good choice. Mass Effect 2, easily the best of them.
I love the entire Mass Effect trilogy. I'm one of those people that thinks that like 99% of Mass Effect 3 was incredible. It was just the ending that fucking sucked. But still, regardless, like I love that trilogy. Mass Effect 2 to me is the perfect embodiment of what Mass Effect should be. Very character driven, a lot of player choice and stuff. Very cool
fun
universe.
Combat
Great
too.
universe.
They changed the combat in that one. I thought the first one it was okay, but
way
the
better
second
than
one
the
they made
first.
it way better in the second one.
Yeah, way better. And then I think they also made it better in Mass Effect 3, but that's more of a contentious point. Regardless, Mass Effect 2 I think was just the best Mass Effect game. Probably, yeah, of all time, definitely.
Sure.
Very formative for me because it was like one of my first narrative games in general that I really got invested in. And it came out at a time when I was like 12 or so. So playing narrative games wasn't like super, in my wheelhouse at the time. But yeah, I loved it. So Mass Effect 2, I think, was the obvious choice for if I wanted some Mass Effect representation in my list. So Andrew, you would agree with that one?
I think it's a great choice. See, you keep saying basic bitch. Basic bitch to me is like Skyrim, whatever a newer Call of Duty is, like games where it's like, okay, yeah, great, you have very unique and interesting taste. Now, Mass Effect is old enough, it's almost nostalgic by this point,
It's absolutely nostalgic.
Yeah, I think Mass Effect 2 is a fantastic choice.
2010.
I'll definitely give you that. I think it's a very good choice.
Okay, good. Now, number 8. I feel a bit awkward saying this one.
Oh, no.
I would be lying if it didn't have an enormous impact on me. Number 8 is the original Spyro the Dragon for the PlayStation 1.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh,
it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally fine. Totally
children's
solid.
game, obviously, but I think it had a massive impact on my like imagination and even playing video games in general. Like it's probably what got me into playing video games, other than another entry on this list. But regardless, like, yeah, I poured an ungodly amount of hours exploring the world of Spyro the Dragon when I was growing up, when I was and I mean like when I was like 6 or 7, that age. One of my first video games that was really just not me watching my parents play, it was me playing and exploring it. So I think that probably is what got me into video games as hard as it did. Really nostalgic, obviously. Yes, Clarke was also going to be on my list. Clarke was going to take this spot because I played just as much Clarke, but I feel like Spyro the Dragon probably
how about Crash Bandicoot from back then?
No, I was never Crash.
Oh, you fucked up. Crash was the one, man.
No, it was too skill driven.
Crash was so good. Fuck.
No, we know what's on Andrew's list.
No, but actually it's not. I think my list is pretty surprising, honestly. Yeah.
Kojima.
I had to try very hard not to, yeah.
The Kojima list. Yeah, that was always the argument going around when we were growing up, though. Spyro versus Crash, and I was always Team Spyro. I remember when McDonald's, I don't know if it was the same over in America, but they, like, with their Happy Meals, they released, like, Spyro and Crash Bandicoot little mini games, like Tamagotchi devices almost. And, yeah, you could collect them. That was cool. But yeah, Spyro the Dragon, fantastic children's game.
Also a good choice. So far, these are not basic bitch, man. So far, these are good choices.
All right, we'll see whether you change your mind.
Fun.
All right.
Number 7, same period of time. This was my very first video game, or technically my second video game, but my first video game series. And I never really played it when I was growing up. I did, but I was too scared of it. It was something where I would watch my parents play it. And it is Oddworld Abe's Exodus.
You say you're a basic bitch and you're pulling out these fucking gems. What are you talking about? That's a great game.
I love those original 2 Oddworld games.
Oh my god, they're so full of character and personality. I want to replay those now, you motherfucker. Those were so good.
They still live up. They still live up to it. They're obviously very difficult. They were extremely difficult games, which is why I love watching my parents get so frustrated by it because they're not gamers, but they finished both of those games. And I remember just sitting there as a 5-year-old just watching them, enthralled by like watching them, and just very pleasant, very like nostalgic, mostly nostalgic for just my family at that time. I think like being close to my parents in that way. It was Oddworld Abe's Exodus. We played both of them growing up, though, both of them at the same time. But like if I'm putting it on my list as like what I think is the better game, what my favorite game is, it's the second one because it just had more content.
Yeah,
like
I applaud that choice. I applaud every choice you've had so far, Jackson. You need more self-esteem and confidence, man. This is a good list. It's a solid list.
I wonder why 10 years on the official podcast has led me to having confidence issues in my opinions.
In fact, can we put your list on the show and have you out? I think it would improve the entire thing.
Did you actually expect us to bully you over Oddworld?
It's not a great choice.
Mass Effect 2.
No, it's
and maybe some
choice.
of my later choices. All right, regardless.
Okay, well, it's gonna be Assassin's
If you sat
Creed,
there, if you sit there and go Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, then I'll be like, okay, come on. All right, come on. Shit like that is where I call you a basic bitch.
And maybe like the 2010 version because I played a lot of that
But
with
even
friends. I
then,
could see that being
would
on
you
my
say
list.
that's like the best ever, or just a fun game at the time? You know, like if you went
Fun game
up
at
to
the
me
time.
and said the very first Assassin's Creed, I'd be like, you're talking out of your ass. You're picking bad shit.
All right. Regardless, Oddworld.
Number 6.
Yeah.
If you wait, Oddworld. If you haven't played Oddworld games, go play them because like Andrew said, they're so full of character.
Yeah.
They're like a bygone relic of the like 90s of what
Mhm.
like what people thought video games could be. Like I love how every single background in that game is painted. It is such a beautiful like artistic expression to those games, and the level of exploration.
You didn't even
and
mention the best
difficulty in it.
part, man. There's a fart button.
Yeah, I mean that's I never called it Oddworld growing up. I always called it Fart Man. That's what our family would call it. It's Fart Man because
I believe that.
I do
could press
too.
a button and make him fart on. Well, that's what my parents called him as well.
Yeah.
Like, I just thought that's what
You
the title
find
of the
his
game
little
was.
friends, and you fart in front of them, and they go, "Heh heh heh." It's a great
Yeah,
game.
follow me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
follow
and
me.
so much
Okay,
like-
hi.
Yeah, so it was such a difficult game series as well. Like going back and replaying it, I'm good at it now, but going back and replaying it, it's so cumbersome to control and so difficult, and the checkpoints and stuff are so far and few between. Ah, man, such a difficult game. But
What a
so
game.
great. Love it.
Great choice. I'm with you so far, man. I'm waiting for disappointment, I guess. I'm with you entirely
Alright,
so
Chat.
far.
We'll get there.
Chad
Number
is pointing
6.
out how odd it is that you had parents that played video games, by the way.
Yeah. Well, they're not even gamers. There was just, I
Mm.
guess, like if I put it myself in their perspective, like they were, when they had me, they were probably like mid to late 20s at the time. And they're like the PlayStation 1 had just come out and was probably creating a bit of hype. So they thought they'd give it a try. So they bought it and played Oddworld. They thought it
Your
could be
parents
like
are
a good-
younger too, right? Aren't they? They're younger.
probably younger than your
Yeah.
parents. Yeah.
When were you? How old about were they when you were born?
Well, yeah, I just said like mid 20s.
Oh, then yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely younger. They would definitely still be gaming when you were a kid. Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, it's not still gaming. That's when they first tried it, I guess. Like that was their
Oh.
first introduction to
Gave up.
gaming.
They didn't
in
even
general.
grow up with like Nintendos and shit. Wow.
No. They were, well, they knew of gaming. They knew of Nintendos and things like that. But
Ah.
like as young adults, with
You,
know,
as a
disposable
family
income for
bonded
first
over the
time.
Fart Man game as your first
Exactly.
gaming experience. That's
Yeah.
so cute.
100%. And I look back on that so fondly because they were trying to make an effort to like obviously include me and my
Mhm,
brother
mhm.
and like, you know, create this experience with us.
Aw.
So
That's cute.
Oddworld is just a very, I think my mum has a tattoo of,
Holy
Abe on her.
shit. Where is it?
What?
Can I see it in person?
no.
The Oddworld
I could be
tramp
wrong.
stamp.
Yeah, right on her lower back.
No, it's just something small, just to remember, because it's a very important game to all of us in my family due to
Aw.
those.
Her
memories.
vaginal
Family
lips
game,
are
that's
Abe's
cute.
mouth. She makes him talk at parties.
Yeah, yeah. So very,
Right.
very,
What's
very.
number
Hit us with the
six?
next one, Jackson.
Number 6
curious. Come on.
is Portal 2.
That's fair.
That's
That's
fair.
really fair. That has J.K.
Fair.
Simmons, right?
It does. It does. It's
I
a
feel like
phenomenal
I
game. Yeah.
Feel like Andrew was going to say that's a basic bitch choice.
Okay. Portal is a bit basic bitch, especially the whole haha cake is a lie, whatever shit. But I think going Portal 2 gives you a leg up because many people don't, think of that one, I guess.
I think people think of that
Portal
one
2
more
is
than the
good. It's a
first
good
one, right?
game. It's a good puzzle game. A lot of character, a lot of Valve
I
touch.
Wait, how old were you?
When was it
2011.
released? Yeah, I would have been about
2011.
12.
Oh,
Actually, no, 13,
that is
14.
so fair.
Yeah,
It,
it's fair.
unlike Portal 1, I think, did Portal 1 even have a story at all besides like you're stuck here, get out?
It had a very
Portal
basic
2 had a
story, but
whole-
it did have a story.
It was in the
yeah.
background. It was
Yeah.
a story that was more so in the background.
Portal 2 had a
Yeah.
very involved
I
story.
remember when, yeah, for sure. Portal 2, when it came out, it was a whole like event. The
Yeah.
whole like, oh, it has a story and the graphics. Look at the shadows and the lights moving. Like the shadows are reacting to the light, and it had J.K. Simmons, and everybody was losing their shit.
Here's
I can see
here's a little funny bit of trivia about Portal, by the way. So the first Portal came out, and spoilers if you've never played Portal, at the end of the game, you blow up the facility. It just explodes. And Chell, the main character, is laying on the ground, and she's looking at everything burned around her, and then she passes out. When Portal 2 got announced, they patched the game, and they added an ending cutscene where while you're passing out, a robot grabs you and says, "Thank you for assuming the party position," and drags you back inside the facility that basically indicates how Portal 2 starts. But that wasn't in the original game. They added it in later when Portal 2 got announced.
I think I had to include it on my list. Looking at it now, I think I probably would put it a bit behind the other choices currently. But Portal 2 was very formative in my video game preferences in general. Loving puzzle games. I love puzzle games so much now. Yeah. And I owe that to Portal 2.
I'm more
2,
surprised.
Really. That was like my first puzzle game.
I'm not denouncing it. It is a good game. It is a solid choice. I just didn't think you would pick that high and on the list is my only thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
It has its moments, though.
I mean, at the time, it was
coming from.
At the time, it was very unique. It had a very fantastic gameplay.
Like that moment when you were 12, I would have been like 15 or some shit. Like what is that little robot's name? Weasley or something?
Wheatley. Yeah.
Wheatley.
Yeah, when he turns evil and you're just watching him, like let the power get to his head and he puts the elevator back down and he says, actually, I'm not going to let you leave. The game
you think the game's ending there and then it's got a whole second half. And you're like, fuck yeah.
I can see how that would be in your...
Great game.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a very good game, but I just think like it's probably like an obvious choice for if you're going to put a puzzle game on your list. But it really was like one of my first puzzle games other than like Myst, which I could include.
I'll give it to you. I don't hate it. What's next?
No, great game. Number 5, another great game. Knights of the Old Republic 2. The second one, not the first one. The first one.
KOTOR 2, huh?
KOTOR 2, yeah. My favorite Star Wars game of all time.
Good choice.
Specifically because it was extremely well written. Like it doesn't fall into the tropes of Star Wars in general. It's more like a deconstruction of Star Wars. The writing is just
about every Star Wars
fantastic.
thing.
Every Star Wars thing
I have to stand by Jackson with my big meaty hand on his shoulder. Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are unironically incredible video games. They are really, really good. Like you could remove all the Star Wars from them and they would still be beloved. They are very good action RPGs. They're excellent.
Yeah, the choice in the writing.
Everything good Star Wars is
not like, Star Wars. Yeah,
the compliment is hey, if this wasn't Star Wars.
Yeah, because it's true though, because it stands on its own feet as a well-written property.
They're very, very good. I played the first one. I remember thinking it was really, really good. I give Jackson this choice. If he's going to pick a Star Wars game, it's got to be these. Like he's right. He's totally right.
And I think KOTOR 2 is honestly far better than KOTOR 1. KOTOR 1 was made by BioWare, Kaya, so it had that kind of Neverwinter Nights vibe to it, I guess. Or maybe early Mass Effect vibes to it, really. I didn't play it, so I don't know for sure. But like it was like early BioWare is what I'm trying to say. I still think the writing was less good than Knights of the Old Republic 2, which was made by the people that made Fallout New Vegas. I can't remember what the Blackrock Isle, is that what they were called back then?
I don't remember, but I remember the story.
I think it was Obsidian at the time as well.
The story in 2 is worse, but the gameplay was better, if I remember right.
No, I think the story was far better in 2.
Really?
Maybe not the core plot points, but the writing itself was better. It had a slower start, but the writing quality itself was far better. The characters were more well realized, felt like more genuine people.
All right,
I loved the writing in 2. The big downside to 2 was though it wasn't finished. Like there was the ending was like kind of ripped out of the game and had to be modded back in. So that was the big downside to it, but I still had more fond memories of KOTOR 2. I remember my grandmother bought it for me when I was like 10 years old to play on the Xbox.
What a good choice.
That lying bitch bought it to me with a scratch on it. It had a scratch disc so I couldn't play it.
Fucker, I'm glad she's dead.
I had to wait. I had to wait several months until I could get a new copy of it and then actually play it. So
good choice.
Good memories though. Knights of the Old Republic, best Star Wars properties in general. Kai, did you know this? It's because the Old Republic was set like 2,000 years or maybe longer. I think it might be 20,000 years. Can't remember specifically. 20,000 years before Star Wars, like the Star Wars the Star Wars and love. So it's kind of set in its own time period, which is why I like it so much.
You're barking up the wrong tree, man. Kai already phased out.
Yeah, I don't know what that means at all.
Just move on. What I'm saying is, Jackson, quit while you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead.
What I'm saying is, you don't need to
quit while you're ahead.
you don't need to be worried about Darth Vader showing up or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
All right, good. Next.
All right, number 4. Couldn't not put Halo on the list because it is extremely formative.
Sure.
To me. So
sure.
I'm choosing Halo 3 though. I was tossing up between Halo 2 or Halo 3, but I played more multiplayer with 3. Spent probably a year straight playing with friends in Halo 3 multiplayer. And of course, I probably wouldn't be on the internet without the ghost of Halo. So had to honor my Halo heritage in some way. Halo 3 I think is
Halo 3 a little
Halo
basic
game.
bitch, but I can't fault it. I can't say it's a bad choice.
I couldn't not put it on my list. I played it
I don't
so
blame
fucking
you.
much growing up. So
I'm a Reach boy. Halo Reach was always my favorite, but I don't think picking Halo 3 is ever incorrect.
That is so contentious. I think Halo Reach is the first
is.
time I was hyped for a video game. Like I was patiently waiting down until it released kind of thing. Playing the beta, reading the forums, waiting for every piece of news that would come out about it. Due to how much I played Halo 3 and Halo 2.
I loved Reach. Yeah. I know it's mixed, but I loved it. That was my favorite.
Why did you love it? I liked it.
I
felt
think it did much faster. And my biggest complaint back in the day, Xbox 360, it was Modern Warfare 2 and Halo 3. And I always gravitated to Modern Warfare 2 or Call of Duty 4, whichever one was out at the time, because it was much faster. It felt much more pick up and play. I love just pick your loadout, get in the game, not, run around the map, look for a rocket launcher, look for a sniper, this and this and that. Halo 3, to me, I was like, it's slower, it's floatier, it's more arena, I don't really care. But then Reach came out, and I went, it's faster paced, you get loadouts. It felt quicker and snappier, and that's what I thought was lacking. But that's my preference. I think Halo 3 is still a fantastic game.
Wasn't it slower? I mean, it's been so long since I played Reach, but wasn't it slower because you could just like armor lock all the time?
No, I don't think it was ever an issue. People were annoyed by it. It never bothered me. But then again, I also mostly played SWAT, which is no shields.
Yeah,
so it felt a lot quicker. Yeah.
Even in Halo 3, that's mostly what I would stick to was either custom games with friends or SWAT because I was good at aiming for heads.
Yeah. Halo 3 is a good choice. I can't blame you.
Number 3 is absolutely not going to be a surprise to anyone, including the people on this podcast right now. It is Red Dead Redemption 2.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for you to say
that is
it.
Basic bitch.
That is very basic bitch. That is basic bitch.
Because it's current gen. It's like out in the last 6 years. But
let's put cards on the table. It is Reddit's favorite video game, bar none. Reddit loves Red Dead 2 more than any other game ever made ever.
Insulting.
But it's the truth, man. I'm just saying the truth.
I don't think I ever see it on Reddit. Is that something that's commonly posted on Reddit?
Read any game forum ever where it's like, what's your favorite game memory? What's your favorite moment in the game? What's the best game story? And the top answer will always be Red Dead Redemption 2 related, no matter what.
I mean, it's modern. Like, it just came out in the last 5 years, and it's also, like, obviously critically acclaimed.
I'm going to hold my tongue. Not my kind of game.
Hold your tongue, you bitch.
I will hold my tongue. Not my kind of game, but you can justify loving it perfectly. I'll
tell you why.
It's your list, not mine.
It's the most emotionally resonant video game story I've ever experienced. That's why it's. You can rip out the gameplay. Not that you should for a game, of course, but for my impact,
people are pointing out it came out 7 years ago, not 5.
Whatever. I don't know.
I
don't know what year it is. It doesn't matter. Like I've never had a video game story make me feel the way that I did during Red Dead Redemption 2. I know that sounds lame, but like Arthur Morgan is such a well-realized character. The story is so emotive. I came to see things in Arthur Morgan that I could see in like real life people and real life experiences that I've had. So yeah, it's the first time that a video game has really made me feel, as lame as that sounds.
Look, Look, my opinions aside, I've got one on my list that is purely based on like emotional connection. So I don't disagree with your pick.
Okay,
not what I put on my list, but for the Jackson list, I bow to the king. I kneel. I get it.
It is there.
I totally get it.
You can't change it.
Yeah.
What's that old school movie vault that has like all the
Criterion
collection?
Collection?
It's the Criterion Collection. Yeah. That's like that's the Jackson list.
The Jackson.
There's a little Jackson Collection logo that plays at the beginning every time you play it.
Yeah. They should re-release these games with like a gold label in the front that says Jackson list.
Big
Jackson
thumbs
the
up
selected.
Jackson
Aw.
logo, smiling, grinning ear to ear.
Right, can I predict number 2? Is it Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed?
You can predict number 2 and 1. I want to hear predictions for now that
Ooh,
you've seen my
okay,
list.
okay.
What do you guys think? I can
Hmm.
guarantee you're not going to get them. Okay, so you're saying Assassin's Creed?
That is, It Takes Two. Is that in there? No, wait. Either Baldur's Gate or It Takes Two, I feel like, because you play with your fiance a lot.
Baldur's Gate 3 is a very good guess. I'm going to say Baldur's Gate 3, and then I feel like there's like a multiplayer friend party game somewhere in there, so maybe like a Mario Kart. I'm going to say Mario Kart 8 and Baldur's Gate 3.
You guys think I have friends. That's cute.
No, but I do know that you have a fiance, so I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate 3 and or It Takes Two or whatever the newer one is called. I forget what it is.
Split Fiction?
Split Fiction, is that it?
Time Splitters 2?
I'll say it up front.
That
I have
one.
a fiance, but she's historically not really a gamer. So
Okay.
If that changes
Well,
your
hit
mind.
us, Jackson. What's number 2?
All right, number 2 is the
Yeah.
Talos Principle from the
What the
makers of
fuck?
Serious Sam. The
What?
makers of
Damn it.
Serious Sam.
The
puzzle
Talos-
game-
I should have guessed it. I knew that.
The best puzzle game
The
ever made.
Talos fucking principle, he says.
Yeah, I told you this was a basic bitch list.
No, that's not basic, bitch. I'm wondering, really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
The Talos Principle is one of the
Andrew,
the
he
best
likes it.
puzzle game ever made.
He loves it so much. I think at
Wow.
some point, like Jackson bought it for me for my birthday and Christmas. I think like twice. in
Did
one
I?
year. I
Wow.
think so, yeah.
I
That's
think
the
I've
one-
given about
That's the one where you're a robot and you can stand in the water and hear God talking to you, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
puzzles-
I
Are incredible. It came out
Wow.
of nowhere. It is filled with content. It has a story in the background, so it's not in your face. You can play it as just a pure puzzle game, run around, do puzzles and stuff. But if you take the time to engage with it, it has a very deep, thought-provoking story based around the ideas of individuality as well as
Wow.
spirituality, what it means to be a human, what it takes to be a human. So it had such an impact on me in both the story and as well as the gameplay. Both elements are fantastic. I was thinking about giving it to Talos Principle 2, but I think I have more nostalgia with the first one currently. But the second one is just as good, honestly. It expands it tenfold. They did an incredible job on that.
Wow.
And also, it came from the fucking developers of Serious Sam. How
So
the
think-
developers of Serious Sam could create a game so thought-provoking and compelling is just beyond me. I don't understand.
I
what
think
the fuck happened
you
there.
and the
That's what
chat.
turned me off.
I think you and the chat are misconstruing my reaction. I'm not surprised because the game is bad. The game's not bad at all. It just seems out of nowhere, and maybe I missed something where you had been
You don't
talking about it a
know
lot.
me. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I gave away about 100 copies of Talos Principle 2, I think. To
Yeah.
random
See, I didn't know
idiots.
that. What? I didn't know that part.
Yeah,
Damn.
never
No,
got
the
a
Talos
Talos
Principles are
Principle
good. I
birthday
played the
gift.
first one,
yeah.
but like,
you didn't get a copy because I can get you one.
I already have it, and I already played the first one. No, it's a good game, and I played the first one. I didn't know there was a 2. I expected like more conventional picks, like maybe an Assassin's Creed or whatever, because you kept hyping it up as basic bitch. I think Talos Principle might be
Yeah.
one of the least basic bitch picks you could ever pick. Fuck.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
good.
it was gonna be like Lego Star Wars and
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed.
something
the
stupid.
fuck?
Yeah.
All right, number 1. Now that you know my preferences, any
Sure.
guesses? Come on, give it to me.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Give me a hint. What year?
Skyrim.
Like before 2010 or after?
It's in the 2010s.
Stargate or Star Citizen. What the fuck is it called? Bethesda Star.
Starfield.
Starfield.
Starfield, loved it.
Starfield.
Yeah. Specifically the DLC though. Shattered
Meat
Space,
and
that's what
Fuck Kingdom.
it's a board game. No. 2010s. 2010s. Come on.
Was Baldur's Gate 3 2019?
I don't know.
No. What?
Okay.
Baldur's Gate 3 was like
I thought it was older.
2023.
2 years
I
ago.
thought it was
yeah.
older. Okay,
But it wasn't early
2010s.
access for a while, wasn't it?
Oh,
guess.
Crackdown?
What the fuck? I don't know.
I thought we had talked about how you love that. That's the Xbox 360 Super Cop game where you
yeah,
like
I remember it.
Yeah.
It was just like
Okay.
a worse version of Just Cause or
Hey,
Saints Row.
Crackdown 1 was really good. The other ones were shitty, but 1 was good. Careful.
I thought Crackdown 2
Okay,
was
tell
the good
me
one.
how you relate to your number one. Is it nostalgia or
Yeah, hype us
actually,
up
like,
for it.
objective fun?
Objective fun, definitely personal enjoyment, but I also think that it kind of reinvigorated my love for video games in general in the late 2010s and kind of gave me the idea that video gaming or games could still be creatively fulfilling. let's say.
Oh, this is so obvious. I'm
Dead
an idiot.
Space.
No, this is really obvious. David Cage's Detroit Become Human. It's gotta be.
Playing that made me discover what racism was.
Actually, yeah, Kaya's guess is really good. Actually, is it that?
What was his guess?
Dead
Kaya?
Space.
Dead Space.
No, I don't. I've never
Because
been
you've
into
talked about Dead Space a
Damn
ton, haven't you?
No,
Fuck.
Hmm.
I don't know who you're thinking of.
Okay, is it an Xbox
BioShock?
360 game? Was it a 360 game?
No, it's modern consoles, I think, and PC.
Oh shit!
I played it on PC. You played it?
Is it the new God of War?
No. All right, here we
Okay.
go. Number 1, Outer Wilds.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. That. Yeah. Yes.
You
Agreed.
played it. What do you think?
It is a fucking phenomenal game, and I don't at all fault you for putting it at number 1. It is a game that everyone should play for sure.
Yes.
100%.
Purely player led. No real aim in the game other than to solve a general thing that's happening in the universe, let's say. And yeah, just the level of creativity in that game, I think, made me realize that video games still have a long way to go in terms of realizing their full potential. It made me excited for the future. They haven't done anything
This is
since.
rigged.
Game I considered for my list. That's how good that game is. Like, that game is, everyone should play it. It is
Incredible game. I
mind-blowing.
think it is my favorite game of all time. That could be recency bias.
Oh,
Obviously,
sure.
a lot of those other games in here are nostalgia, but still. Outer
Also,
Wilds,
the
I
dev
think.
team, Jackson, they made the whole self-contained great game, and it's fucking phenomenal. And then years later, they went, "Hey, we made DLC, and it's entirely self-contained, and it is just as good as the main game." It is shocking how they made it all self-contained, and it's just as good.
I know the DLC exists. I haven't played it yet
What the fuck is wrong with you?
because I'm
Play
scared.
it.
I don't know if
It
it'll
is
live
scary.
up to.
It is horror themed. It is a little scary.
No, I'm not scared of the scares. I'm scared that it's not going to live up and it might degrade
Wrong.
my perspective
Idiot,
of Outer
moron.
Wilds.
I played the DLC earlier this year. It is a 10,000% worth it. It's just as good as the main game. Go buy it. Go
Okay.
play it. Do it.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Why did I never receive this as a gift on Steam?
I like sharing games, let's say, that I have had positive
Aw.
experiences with and mean something to me. I like discussing them. So
You're
you
also
probably
a
should
filthy
receive.
fucking liar, man. This list isn't basic bitch at all. Halo 3 was your only
Yeah.
basic bitch pick, and maybe Portal 2. Everything else was solid. Like, what's the
Maybe.
problem?
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just scared of presenting my opinions to you guys for some reason. I don't know.
We are so nice to you.
All right, that's my top 10 favorite games of all time. All of those mean something to me. There's a bunch of other games that I could have included, obviously, but I had to limit it to 10.
I think that list is firmly Jackson. I think I'm a little surprised by some picks, but at the same time, I think about it and go, yeah, that's a Jackson game.
Well, no,
so I get it.
Jackson list for you would have been 10 through 1 Assassin's Creed by the sounds of it.
And Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, where is it? Like, what number is your favorite Assassin's Creed game?
Not even
Like
close
15,
to
17?
Assassin's Creed 2.
Then why do you
It's
play
probably-
them?
What do you mean? Why do I play anything? I play them to
So
play them.
irrational.
It's not irrational.
I don't know. I thought you would at least like them enough to be in your top 10. Like, yeah, I have fond memories about Assassin's Creed 2. Or
I
something.
like them. That doesn't mean they're my favorite games of all time. It's not something I look back at.
I'm
Really,
with
I play and
Jackson.
then
There's
I'm
a
done.
lot for my list where it's like, damn, I spent thousands of hours in this game and I really liked it. It's not even close to my top 10.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
that's
I get
exactly
that.
it.
I get that.
Destiny 2, Star Wars: The Old Republic, RuneScape. those are all
Yeah.
games that I've objectively put thousands of hours into. They're not on my list.
If you check my Steam list, my most played game of all time is Team Fortress 2 at 500 hours, but it's not in my top 10 because while it's a phenomenal game, it's not my favorite. I hear you, Jackson. Good job, Jackson. Not basic bitch. You need self-esteem. Good list overall.
Yeah. All right, your turn, Andrew. Number 10.
Okay. All right. So
number 10, and Jackson, let's neg him on every choice.
Yeah, do it. I dare you. Okay, so I will say my top 9 were hard locked. Immediately when I wrote this list, I was like, oh, bam, done. Ooh, bam, done. Ooh, bam, done. Didn't even have to think about it. I had 9 that I immediately was like, these are the defining games. Number 10, I swapped out a bunch. I was like, is it Marvel vs. Capcom? I didn't know what one made the cut. Is it Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the best fighting game ever made, the one that I got really good at and played professional tournaments in? Is it fucking Mario Odyssey, the best Mario game in my opinion, one that I was like tearing up during the end because it felt like such a goddamn journey? On the same note, is it Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, one of the best RPGs in the world, incredible stuff, all this stuff. I kept thinking and thinking and thinking. And I realized
it's a meat and fuck game, isn't it?
It's meat and fuck kingdom, baby. No. The thing in my life that I always attune to more than anything else, defining what I find entertaining in terms of movies, comic books, television shows, video games, et cetera, is story. Immersion, experience, getting engrossed in the world or the characters, the lore, the world building, the art direction. I need to be pulled away. And the answer is not Death Stranding, which was another game I really considered for this list, and I did not put on this list.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Death Stranding, nowhere to be found. I had a rule. I did have a rule, 1 game per franchise to keep things simple.
Yeah, same.
This
Can
one...
I ask how many Kojima games?
Do you want the answer to that question?
Count as a franchise? Does he count as a franchise?
There's only 1 Kojima game on this list, actually. Believe it or not.
All right.
Believe it or not.
Okay.
All right. At number 10, the game neither Kaya nor Jackson have heard of. 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, baby.
Wow.
Kaya, put that up on the screen and wonder what the fuck I'm talking about. That's right, little boy. Put that shit up there. 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, baby. Oh, you say it right. You say the full title. 999 is a game that was on... Yeah, exactly.
DS.
It's on the DS, baby. 999 is a game that I was recommended by my friends way back during the Nintendo DS era. And everyone said, they gave me the same treatment as Outer Wilds. This game predates Outer Wilds. This is a game, Jackson, where everyone says, play it blind, play it blind. Do not look up anything. Play it blind. Don't know what's going on. I can sit down and comfortably say it is probably the greatest story in video games.
Really?
It is mind-bending. It is twisty and turny. It is extremely fucking clever. Every character is nuanced and well-written and has things to do. The overall plot is interesting and dark and introspective and psychological. And Jackson, the same way with the Talos Principle that it made you think various, like, ideas of humanity and whatnot, this game made me think various things about, like, consciousness and society interaction and socializing and what it's like.
So can you give us like a not a plot synopsis, but like
sure
the thing that would get you into the game?
And no spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a visual novel and it is a escape the room puzzle game. So you're locked in different rooms and you have to like figure ways out, like, oh, I look under the desk and I found a paperclip, and with that paperclip I can open this box and blah blah. You know, like you do escape rooms in real life. It's those, but in a video game. The main plot is you wake up on a ship and it is sinking from a terrorist known as Zero, who is like, hey, get off the ship or you're gonna drown because I welded you all inside and I'm sinking it. And then throughout the game, you talk to everyone else that you're locked in with. And all of them are interesting, nuanced characters that are hiding things, that have different backstories, this and that. And on the surface, it looks like just an anime visual novel, like a Phoenix Wright, like a Danganronpa, games you've seen a million times. But the way that they take the story is unlike any other video game I've ever played in my life. And it has stuck with me ever since. I played this like a decade ago, and I still think about it every now and then. Is
it a long game? How long would it take me to finish it?
It can be, because there are many endings, and the point of the game is to get all of them and find out the truth. So depending on how good your like detective skills are, it can take a while, but it's very, very worth it.
This is
This
only
looks
on
very
PC.
interesting.
This is DS.
They
Right.
ported it to PC. It's on Steam now. If you want to play it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I'm going to play this. This
Would
seems
you
really
play it?
interesting.
It's fucking awesome. It's fucking amazing. It also has 2 sequels, Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma. They're all included in a big bundle you can buy on Steam, and phenomenal. Just some of the most interesting story I've ever seen in a game, and the way that they tell it is unlike anything I've seen in a game.
Is there voice acting or is it all just text?
In the original, it was not voice acted, but in the remakes, they added a whole cast voice acting it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very good and very worth it if you've never played it. It's
I'm gonna play
very
it.
interesting.
It seems really good.
Yeah.
Would you
The
play it today, or
notary
would you be
games.
worried about like ruining the nostalgia?
I have actually played it again recently. Back when I used to stream, I streamed all of it, and it still holds up. It really, if you've never seen it before, it's just such a fucking cool story. You know, it probably loses something playing it again when you know what's going to happen. But it's like, you know, treat it like Outer Wilds for Jackson. If you don't know, if you've never played it before, it's some damn clever writing, and it sticks with you. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's probably one of those games where it's really hard to talk about without spoiling it, because all of the incredible things about it are things that you want the person to experience for themselves.
Exactly right. So
Well,
if
I
you
have
out
to
there,
say-
yeah.
Andrew,
ahead,
this
Kyle.
is really basic, bitch, obviously.
Yeah, everyone was going to say 9 doors, 9 women, 9 lives.
If you out there like Phoenix Wright or puzzle games in general, or games where it's like there's a lot of twists, a lot of like okay, real world examples, more common examples, Squid Game, kind of similar idea where people are trapped in a situation and they have to find their way out or they die. If you are into those kind of stories like I am, like I love that kind of shit, 999 is the perfect game. It's the perfect game to do something like that. And it's great. If you've never played it, just play it. Don't look stuff up. Don't spoil it. The story is what you're there for, and it's fucking worth it.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. 999.
Speaking
All
of
right.
nines, what is your number 9?
Number 9. Now we're getting to the more basic, bitch. I threw one in there. All right, now we're gonna get real basic.
Were you at all compelled to put that game in 9 just for the meme?
No, because my top 9 was locked immediately. I knew what it was without thinking about it, and I didn't want to disrupt the balance. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Put
Yeah,
9 at number
worth
10,
the
and now
comedy.
at number 9, we're game number 8. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So number 9 is kind of going along with Jackson. Big nostalgia factor, big feeling factor, big idea factor. Kind of encompasses the entire franchise, but I had to pick one. I narrowed down to one. Battlefield 4.
Number 4.
That is
Yes.
basic, bitch.
That is
Not
basic,
Battlefield
bitch.
1.
No,
Battlefield 1 was way
no.
better.
Battlefield 1 was very immersive, but Battlefield 4 had the better gameplay. Because in Battlefield 1, you had the incredible immersion, incredible soundtrack, visuals were gorgeous, it felt really engrossing. Battlefield 4, man, it's the only franchise where you've got 100 fucking players just being dickheads all at the same time. And you get experiences in that multiplayer you will never get in any other video game. Get in a helicopter, fly it to the main land, immediately crash it because you just needed a ride somewhere. Then capture a flag and then spawn a tank. Drive the tank. They blow up the tank. Climb the skyscraper to get the guys who blew up your tank. Throw C4 on it. Destroy the entire fucking skyscraper. Then it becomes a new checkpoint.
The Levolution stuff was so fucking cool.
Every game of Battlefield is entirely different. I know multiplayer, a big thing that people love is like, oh, the game's always different. You put different weapons, different map, whatever. No. Battlefield, when done right, is entirely different every single time you play it. And it's chaos. It's just pure fucking chaos. You have not lived until you've gotten 2 or 3 of your friends in the same squad. You get in a Jeep. You slap C4 on the front of it, and you speed around the map, running dudes over and blowing up tanks by crashing a fucking Jihad Jeep into people. That was the big. The big meme back in the 2000s. You would scream Jihad Jeep in voice chat and then blow it up with C4 every time. Oh, just prime gameplay right there.
Ultimate
just running around giant
freedom.
maps of non-stop nonsense of people just fucking around, blowing shit up. Never got old. All of Battlefield.
I still
when
think I
done
got that
well.
experience from Battlefield 1 though. Still, and it was still also immersive.
And Battlefield 5 also, after they patched it and updated it, got really, really good. Battlefield 3 was good. My first one ever was Battlefield 2, and that was also nostalgic because it was my first computer game ever. And Battlefield 2 was fucking phenomenal. A lot of people don't talk about that one, but that one was excellent. And it's why 2042 pissed me off so bad, because they had such a good formula of just hanging out with your buddies and genuinely fucking around, but winning the game while fucking around. And they ruined it and made it a just sloppy fucking Overwatch clone mess that I hated.
Shooter.
Yeah, hero shooter garbage. And it's why for like a year I complained about that game on the podcast, because it just felt like a betrayal to what made Battlefield special, which is you, 32 other people on your fucking team against 32 other people, and it's just nonstop bodies at the fucking meat grinder, man. And there's nothing that competes when Battlefield is kicking off. When you have 40 fucking people trying to take the same flag running through a big industrial complex, or a helicopter, and you're trying desperately to avoid it by running through a skyscraper. And that's nonstop. It's not like a battle royale where that happens once every 7 games or something. It's every single game.
Yeah,
Peak Battlefield is hard to beat,
right
man.
now.
Isn't that
We're watching
fun? Like just
Jihad
crashing
Tactics in
jeeps and then
Battlefield
fucking
4.
people up. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
so good.
It's so funny. If you love fucking around in games, like just doing stunts on vehicles or not playing it directly, Battlefield 4 lets you have your cake and eat it too. You can fuck around and still win the game. And that's what I love about it. A truly
11 years
ago. Magical game. Oh, fuck. So good.
Definitely a lot of nostalgia baked into
A lot of
that.
nostalgia, and I had other shooters I thought about. Like I played a ton of Call of Duty. I played Counter-Strike Source and Counter-Strike Go a lot. But I think for the mindset of playing a shooter with my friends, getting in a big lobby with people, talking
like
shit in
Battlefield
voice
for that.
chat, Battlefield at its peak just never was beaten. Battlefield 1, fantastic. Battlefield 4, fantastic. Battlefield 5, after it got updated and patched, became pretty good. Just nothing beats that for me in terms of big multiplayer game, in my opinion. Fucking perfect.
Choice. I mean, yeah, Battlefield for you. I know you as the Battlefield player.
Yeah, love it. And I'm sad that the last 5-6 years have been very unkind to the series, but
Oh yeah.
we'll see. They're making a new one, and
They're making a new one,
promising. Yeah, it looks promising.
Was it leaked or have they fully announced it?
It's a public play test, and people have been sharing recordings of it, and it looks like they're going back to basics, like no hero shooter stuff, so maybe it'll be good. We'll see. We'll fucking see.
We'll see.
But so
Going through a
many
bit of an
things,
identity crisis, that series in general, trying
unfortunately. Yeah.
to capture other audiences.
Mm-hmm.
But at least
So
I'm
that's-
pretty sure Battlefield 4 is still pretty active though, so you can still play it.
Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 actually still all have pretty good-sized communities, especially since it's EA servers, so not everyone's on Steam.
Yeah.
So if you want to play them, you can still play them now. And I think all 3 of those games still hold up, still tons of fun, still worth. Oh, that is one way that they're fucking you over. I checked last night on Steam. They're all still $40 fucking. Not
That's
worth
EA.
it. Not
EA for
worth
you.
it. Fuck you, EA. Not worth that price.
Yeah, fair. All right, number 8.
8. Number 8. All right.
8.
All right. So that was Basic Bitch. And I'm gonna kinship with Kaya here. I'm gonna go a little more in your realm, a little more something you could identify with. You were a big Sim City boy. Well, I've got to say, for me, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
I almost put that on my list as well. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely. So I have a fun story on that one. Jackson, it's related to your birthday one. When I was in 3rd grade, I had a friend named Gregory. And he went to my school, and we hung out on the playground and all this stuff. And one day he was like, why don't you come over to my house and hang out? And I went, okay, sounds good, Gregory. And I went to his house, and he had Roller Coaster Tycoon on the family computer. And I remember Yeah, exactly right. He grew to annoy me. I didn't like him that much, but I would go to his house just to play Roller Coaster Tycoon on his computer. And then my mom bought me my own copy, and I never hung out with Gregory ever again.
Said, goodbye, Gregory.
Yeah.
You mean nothing to
It
me.
is such a good game. Honestly, it should have been
It's
on
so
my
good.
list. Like
Yeah.
right under or above SimCity.
You had 3
Oh, yeah.
slots open for it, and you still chose not to.
Okay, fine. Number 9, Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Hey,
At
come on.
2, specifically.
Fine. You can have the first one. I'll take the second one, and especially the OpenRCT2 mod, which adds all sorts of modern improvements, modern resolutions, modern quality of life features. It makes it a modern
Not a
game,
mod.
and it's perfect.
a whole re-implementation of the entire game. And today, if you want to still play it, Jackson, what's the modern one called? There's like a
Planet Coaster. Planet Coaster.
Planet Coaster, but those are not pixel. Something Playground, isn't it?
Parkitect.
Oh, Parkitect. Yeah.
Parkitect is a very good, basically a roller coaster tycoon ape, but with 3D graphics that they made. A lot of
also
fun too, but nothing
beats the original.
Which I have played a lot with my wife. It's a lot of fun, but nothing beats Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Just from the nostalgia factor.
Nostalgia.
Oh, I know, it's not even nostalgia.
I can hear the music in my head without even seeing.
I play that game once a year.
Screaming people, the children,
the stock sounds, the stock music, everything. And it's not even nostalgia, man. I play that game. I play OpenRCT 2 probably once a year. I get the itch. It still holds up. It's still great to just sit there, build coasters, build parks, fuck around, kill people if you want.
Oh, it's still such a good concept for a game.
So satisfying. It is just immensely satisfying. There's something about it. There's something about building a coaster and waiting for the stats and then they pop up and it's actually good and not a fucking death machine that people refuse to ride. Yeah, making a path, cramming in all the decorations. You have no space left, but you just get everything to just fit, and it works. It's so satisfying.
And then you get to the point where you make like $6 million a day, and you go, okay, I'm gonna fuck around and make a suicide.
Yep,
just this thing that launches people right into a wall, and they all die. And you get the little beeper news thing at the bottom of the Chiron
for some reason, the rubber
people
boats
died in your park.
For some reason, the rubber boats, if you launch them off, they explode somehow, even though it's a dude in a rubber raft. It just blows the fuck up. It's so good.
Swan boats.
Yeah.
C4 strapped to them.
Roller Coaster 1 looks too intense for me. All of that fucking shit. So, yeah, grew up with it, but still one I play to this day. It was one of the very first games I streamed when I started streaming. I made old YouTube videos about it way back in the day. It pops up in my life. I play it with my friends online. With the mods, I play it by myself. I get the itch. Once a year, guaranteed, I get the itch for like a month, and I just play this and make stupid bullshit, and it's always satisfies. It always fills that fucking void every single time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard. You can't not play Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 and not be happy.
Exactly. Even if you're doing bad and all your rides suck, you're still having fun just making it. Oh, it's so good. Can't not put that in my top 10. Has to be. Okay.
Picking up random like pedestrians and dropping them in the lake.
Oh yeah. Help, I'm drowning.
Like ants.
Help, I'm drowning. Oh, classic. And then you get the fucking janitor that you limit to a single 4-square grid because it's always covered in vomit. Yeah. Oh, what a game. What a game. All right, number 7. We are back to a little bit of basic bitch. I will say my next 2 are basic bitch, and then I'm going to pivot away to the real Andrew picks. But I won't deny. Okay, very, very defining game in my mind that I think sets high standards. A lot of action games, a lot of AAA games, a lot of shooters, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of campaign games, a lot of everything comes out. And this is the game I always compare them to. I think this game defines my standards for gaming. I look at it and say, damn, for a $60 video game, look at how perfectly polished, how long, how nicely crafted, how non-stop of a good time this fucking game is. How much they really made every level, every interaction, every working piece feel momentous. It never gets boring, and yet it's so packed with content. The answer is the original Resident Evil 4. Not the remake, the original. The remake is a good game. The remake is a solid game. But the original, man, there is a reason that when it came out for the next 6 years, every game copied it. Oh, now we're over the shoulder. Oh, now we have this type of camera. Oh, yeah, we aim like this. There is a reason when the original Resident Evil 4 came out, every game after it copied it.
Was that one set in like an African village?
That's 5. No.
Okay.
4 is the Spanish village where you play as Leon.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's a reason that 5 came out and was just Resident Evil 4 but co-op. Because Resident Evil 4 changed the fucking game. That game is a long as fuck campaign. The story is long. It goes through all these fucking places, all these locations, all these different enemy types, all these weapons, all these everything, and it never once drops pace. Every single part is memorable. I could probably, if I really sat down and meditated, walk you through every step of that game just from memory, because each location is perfectly crafted to be fun and different. It is insane how much went into that game and how good it is.
Do you think that the remake is better?
No, I think it's worse.
What makes it worse?
Aesthetically, it's not nearly as interesting. It's not nearly as difficult. It is made to appeal to a more casualized audience. Like, they added parry mechanics when they really didn't need to. The story is way worse. The characters aren't nearly as interesting or different. They're all just kind of bland and generic. They cut a lot of the levels out to sell as DLC later.
Someone in chat said boobs are not as good in remaster. Do you agree or disagree? Is that the main reason why?
They just made it more generic feeling. It's a good game. The remake, I've played it like 3 or 4 times and I like it, but it's like an 8 out of 10, whereas the original is a hard 10 out of 10. There are no notes for the original.
Jesus.
It's perfect. Yeah. It's a perfect action game. It really, really, really is.
Did you ever play the Resident Evil series, Kyle?
The 7, I think. Whatever the one, the Villages and the one after, I think.
Villages 8.
Are the only ones I played.
Villages 8.
Okay, well, that one and the one before.
7 is just, I think, Resident Evil 7. That's the one in the big spooky haunted house with the Baker
one
family.
that kind of created a resurgence for the Resident Evil series.
And 7 did change the game as well, and that's why Village and a lot of the others were similar to that too. 7's a good game. You know, there are other good Resident Evil games. I like 5 a lot. I like the 2 remake a lot.
It was fun. Like, it's not bad. I just don't really remember it.
Sure. The remake of 2 is very, very good. I think the remake of 2 is even better than the original 2. But the original 4...
Sorry, was 8 the one with the Hick family where you're stuck in their house?
No, that's 7.
No,
7 is the Hick family. Like, 8 is the big fat-ass lady in the castle.
Oh, remember
wanted
the
to
Big
step
Mommy
on them.
Milker meme?
The 9-foot tall hot lady with the huge ass and tits. Yeah, Lady Dimitrescu. Yeah. Now, 4 is where you rescue Ashley, the president's daughter, and you take her through a big, like, Spanish village and then a castle and then, like, all this shit. And it just holds up. I still play it all the time. Got it on the Switch, play it on the go. I do challenge runs of it for fun. Like, no damage run, just purely for fun, just because that game is so ingrained in me. I don't know how to describe it other than it set the bar for me for AAA games. I compare every new AAA game to it. It is every minute of that game stays entertaining. There's no filler, nothing thrown in just to throw it in. It's perfectly crafted.
As someone who hasn't really played the Resident Evil series, Resident Evil 4 is the one that I always hear about. That people love.
There's a reason for it. It changed the fucking game when it came out. It really did.
All right. Fair choice.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Fantastic. That's all I got to say. All right. Number 6. Let's see. Do you guys want... You might actually have a good guess at this one. It is a video game, but it is a character not from video games. It's a licensed game.
Rambo, the rail shooter.
No. Yeah, let me tell you. That's my favorite ever. I've talked about him a lot on this podcast. He's a very...
Batman.
It is Batman. Batman Arkham City. Yes. Batman Arkham motherfucking City. Now, I wanted to put an Arkham game. I love Arkham Knight. I know it's mixed. Arkham Asylum is fantastic. I think City is just the perfect package. The story's the best one. The atmosphere is the best one. It just
the best mix, yeah.
It's the best mix of everything in that one. And Arkham City is just... A game I will forever smile about and forever want to replay. I put it on my Steam Deck. I'll hop in the challenges, just beat some thug ass. I'll replay the story. There's tons of community mods now that like up the difficulty or change mechanics and whatever. It's just, I'll go with Star Wars for Jackson. Even if you took Batman out of it entirely, it would still be a phenomenal game. But the fact it's Batman just adds so much to it, So
much to it, yeah.
So much to it.
I think Arkham Knight for me is I like it more than City, but it's undeniable that there's a lot of flaws to Arkham Knight that just aren't in City. So I get it.
Sure. I think Arkham Knight's gameplay is better. They made the combat a little more smooth, and I actually don't hate the Batmobile edition like a lot of people did. But if we're talking game as a whole, you know, the music in Arkham City is more iconic. The feel of it's a little more iconic. Arkham City it nailed it. You know, the story's great. It just
doesn't overstay its welcome or anything.
Not at all. No, it's I didn't even talk about this. All the side content in it is memorable. All the side quests are just as good as the main story and varied and interesting.
The only issue is all the Riddler trophies.
I liked getting them. I don't even hate getting it. Now, I'll tell you why, though. I'll tell you why. There are a lot, and they do sometimes get a bit fillery, but being Batman while doing it, man, you just can't even be upset. You know, you just feel like you're fucking Batman.
You feel like you're a detective.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, I'm watching combat on Kaya's screen right now, and I wish I was playing it right now. It's so satisfying.
It's so good. It's so satisfying. That combat model, they utilize that combat model in the
Mordor games.
War.
Yes.
The Mordor
also
games,
very good. Played both of those.
Also fantastic. Yeah.
That
very
very
needs
good
to be
games.
used more. I don't know why it's kind of just disappeared, but it needs to come back.
Yeah. But you know, one game per franchise just kind of sat there and said Arkham City's the one, and it's hard to talk about it more than just it's a perfect Batman game. I'm a big Batman fanboy, have been since I was a fucking 3-year-old with my little Batman action figures, and you know, Batman is my Star Wars in terms of Jackson. So here we are. That's my Batman game. It just fills my childhood heart with glee. Yeah, you know.
I guess this would be the Andor of Batman, really.
But like as a TV show, does Robin have a TV show?
No.
Teen Titans, I guess. Kinda, maybe.
Sort of count. Like life.
Nah, it really doesn't.
Andrew, just a question. Where does the Spider-Man PS4 game sit in your list?
I didn't like it that much. I appreciate it. I get that it's like a really good Spider-Man game, but I think, I don't know, it just felt like a worse Arkham. It just felt not as interesting as the Arkhams, but with the same gameplay. You know?
I was joking. I know you've got to, you know, you don't like that game.
No, I'm not a big fan of that game. Oh, look at Batman beat those thugs up. Doesn't that look like fun? Fuck me.
It's so impactful. It's so good.
It's such good combat, and the stealth sections are good too. And just, you know, I was going to put an Arkham game on no matter what, and I think really thinking on it, Arkham City's just got to be the pick. It's the package that came the best together. Everything just fit the most neatly, I would say.
Totally fair. All right, what's your next one?
All right, now we're in the top 5, and these I think are a little more Andrew, a little more specific, a little more.
You can't get much more Andrew than Batman. That's what I know you as is the Batman guy.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
all right.
The Kojima.
If the top 9 were locked in, the top 5 were like, I didn't even have to think about it. I just immediately wrote them down. Okay, so this is one.
Kojima, maybe
this
a
is
fighting
one. Let's
game.
not spoil the list, Jackson. Okay, you motherfucker.
Yakuza.
Let's hear it.
Number 5 is a game everyone's heard of, and I'm going to read the official title if everyone's ready. All right, here we go. Pokemon Card GB2 GR Dan Sanjo.
What the fuck is that?
You've never heard of Pokemon Card GB2 GR Dan Sanjo? Really?
Which one is
what? All right, search Pokemon Card GB2 and you'll find it.
GB2. Oh.
Yeah, I got to explain this one. I've got to explain this one. Yeah, I got to explain the trading card game. This one, baby. That's just music. There you go. There's gameplay on the left. Yeah, perfect. Oh, there it is. Look at that Japanese only box art. Okay. If you hop on Nintendo Switch Online right now, or grew up with a Game Boy like I did, you'll notice that there is a Pokemon Card Game Boy game. It's just like, you know, it's a Pokemon game, except you play with cards instead of the regular Pokemon. And it's a good game. It's solid. It's fine. They made a Japan-only sequel called, I think it translates in English, Pokemon Card Game 2, Here Comes Team GR, or something like that, which stands for Great
Jihad.
Rocket. Yes, Jihad. Which stands for Pokemon Jihad. No, so it stands for Great Rocket, and it's basically like the story is they're a more advanced, stronger version of Pokemon Team Rocket. Everyone knows Team Rocket. So when I was a kid, I was about 9 years old. I was doing my thing on the internet, sleuthing the internet, going to these back alley websites, these fucking forums that no longer exist, fucking Newgrounds, old bullshit that's probably been well long deleted, all this shit. And I found a fan-translated ROM of that game. Hey, here's the Japanese game. We did a fan translation in English. You can play it. And little did I know that I was about to play the best Pokemon game ever made. Ever. And of course, Pokemon's got to be on my list. The most nostalgic game for me in the world. Pokemon Red and Blue, the very first video game I ever played when I was about 5 years old or whatever. And a huge defining force throughout my life. Yes, I'm a 33-year-old man. I don't care. I can still sit there and go, oh, this is fun. This is cute. This is adorable. Yes, I can go to the Pokemon Center in Japan and look at Mewtwo and the big glass thing and go, damn, this thing rocks. I'm allowed to do that. Don't care. Point is,
I mean, I feel like 9 out of 10 of the people that go there are probably adults like you in this day and age anyway.
Honestly, it was 50-50. It was 50-50, either parents with their kids or people about my age. Yeah, it really was.
Did you guys see the most recent video showing the opening of the new Universal Parks land? And it's all just adults running through.
All adults
like
with
knocking
their
over
phones,
any
freaking
children.
out. Yeah.
Like there's like one child that gets knocked over in the background.
Right.
Not just no children, but all the adults are like influencers too with their phones and filming themselves.
And they're overhyping and overreacting.
I don't want to be rude as well, but like I feel like a lot of them are fat. And I don't understand. I'm trying to pass that in my brain about how that's even possible, considering you walk around so much at these parks.
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking about the Disney, like the Disney adults, who are usually women in their 30s and they're all fat. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is about it. Maybe just all of the food there is just really fattening. I don't know.
Maybe they only eat at theme parks and that's the only thing. Anywho,
Star Wars milk.
This is a Game Boy Color game, so it is limited, but it is the best Pokemon game of all time. The story is, for a Pokemon game, honestly incredible. I'm shocked at how good and compelling they made it. The gameplay, again, I am a big fan of a sense of adventure. It's why I love Resident Evil 4 so much. You look at the beginning of Resident Evil 4 and say, oh, we're just in a small village in a Spanish town. And then by the end, you're fighting laser-armed fucking giant parasite monsters with machine guns. It's like, this is rad. In this game, you go from, oh, I'm just a dude collecting cards and being the world champion, to I'm saving the goddamn planet with my card games. This is awesome. This is so rad. And it is a game that...
The plot of the game is you have to defeat, the jihadists at Team Rocket or whatever.
Yes.
Using trading card.
Yes. And it's like Yu-Gi-Oh shit. It's like, this should not be as important as it is, and yet it's literal world-saving stakes. And there's just... There's just something about it. I had to put a Pokemon game, and I thought, well, maybe Red and Blue, it's more nostalgia than anything else. Well, there's some that I like, blah, blah. This is the one I will always go back to. Pal World, of course, the official, unofficial Pokemon game.
So you would say this is your favorite Pokemon game, then?
Yes. I fire this up.
Fair.
I fire this up at 5 times speed and just blaze through it. And I can like autopilot it from memory. I have played it so many goddamn times.
That's totally fair to be on your list then, as the Pokemon game. As the representative
it is a game I had to fight for as a kid, and I found it in the back alley. And also, fun fact about it, back in the day, the translation from fans was glitched. So if you ever used the card Bill's teleporter or someone used it against you, it would just crash the game. So you had to play it like a minefield too. You had to hope that they didn't play that card. And it's like, maybe that made me appreciate it more, because I was like, damn, I got this thing from a fucking like Blackwater website that no one knows about. And I don't know, I found this when I was a little kid, and it just is the Pokemon game that I put the most time into, had the most fun with, got the most attached to. And I think if I'm encompassing my nostalgia and entire being of Pokemon into one game, it's gotta be this one, this fucking Japan only bootleg sequel. It just clicked for me. It just totally clicks for me, and I play it pretty regularly. Actually, I've got it on my computer. It's a great game to throw on and just fucking turn your brain off to.
Yeah, I think this is a very representative list of you for sure.
Yeah.
Apart from 10 was really the most surprising aspect so far. The nine doors, nine people.
I've got friends.
I like Roller
Pokemon.
Coaster Tycoon 2 so far. That's my one, I agree with Andrew.
I don't blame you. I know this.
Well, I don't think
is
you've
me.
played the others. You haven't played the others though. That's the difference.
You've never
probably,
played
right?
Pokemon Card GB2, Sanjo? I don't even remember the name.
Great rockets falling on
Invasion
on us.
of Team GR is the English
Yeah.
name, I think. Yeah. It's not even a good name. It's not. But look, I've got friends who are streamers. I've got friends who are YouTubers. I've got friends who play video games, and they like Pokemon. And every time they're like, recommend me a game, I tell them play this. They all come out of it saying that's like one of the best Pokemon games ever made. It just has the JRPG thrill you want, where the stakes are huge for no reason. The locales are good. It was on the Game Boy, so it's limited. But the music! I didn't even mention the music. The music is fucking iconic. The whole soundtrack is stuck in my head for the rest of my life. It's just. I don't know, man. It tickles the part of me that grew up with simple games. Kai and I are old. We have bones turning to dust. Imagination had to go a long way, and this one, it just
Didn't have to
fucking
throw
worked.
me under the bus.
Yeah, that was me. I'm so youthful over
This
here.
one is
All
a
right.
personal pick. It's hard to defend it, but it is on my list for sure.
You don't need to defend
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, I'm on your side.
Absolutely.
It's your list. All right, next
All
one.
right. All right.
Number 4.
Number 4.
This one's a little more straightforward, a little more well known, a little more.
Yakuza.
Might be surprising, but no, it's not Yakuza. No. It is Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
You don't need to sell me on that one.
I don't think I
Soundtrack
need to
alone.
sell anyone on this game. I don't think I need to sell anybody on the greatest platformer of all time. I don't think I need to sell
puts it on the
anybody
list.
on the most gorgeous SNES game of all time. I don't think I need to sell anybody on, and I will put this flag in the ground, the greatest video game soundtrack of all time. And it's not even fucking close.
This Streets of Rage
Nope.
2 might have a word, but
Nah,
fair.
wrong. No, sorry. This SNES game programmed by musically programmed in there by David Wise on a fucking shoestring budget with a box of scraps, limited memory. This man, I've watched I'm not kidding, literal entire documentaries on how he jury-rigged the fucking SNES to make incredible atmospheric synth music that perfectly fits the tone of the game while at the same time being listenable on its own. The game is a fucking achievement. It is a height of art that surpasses anything at the era, and at the same time, it's about monkeys rescuing their best friend from an evil crocodile pirate. I don't know how they did this. Every song is evocative of the level it's for, is emotive, is different from the others. It's a fucking spiritual journey of noise in a game about an ape named after King Kong. They did it. It's an achievement. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and it's a goddamn Nintendo monkey flip banana game.
All right, so what's stopped this from being your number 1?
What's that?
What stopped
The
this
other
from being
three.
your number 1?
The other three mean more to me personally. This game I
hear it.
love. I cherish
So you don't
it.
care
The
about monkeys?
soundtrack for this takes me on a spiritual fucking plane. I honus my fucking chi to this, but the other three I think just mean more to me on a personal level. Why
enough.
this is not number 1, but also great game. Great, incredible, replayable platformer. Controls are tight. Levels are amazing. Lots of secrets. It's just, this game goes beyond achievement. It is astounding what they were able to do with the fucking SNES back then compared to everything else that was out.
Yeah, it is pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
utterly gorgeous to look at. It's a flawless game. Objectively, take it off my list and just review it. It is a flawless video game. There is nothing bad you can say about it.
Back over to Kaya for a second. Great choice, Andrew. But back over to Kaya. This made me think of a game that should have been on your list, probably. One of the Metroid games.
Ah.
Yeah, Metroid is a great franchise, but which one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Which one do you... Prime, maybe?
That I liked? When I was
Yeah,
that
which
age,
Metroid?
what was the one on the DS? The Metroid Prime Hunters? That's the one I grew up in. And it had multiplayer. It was basically a hero shooter of its own time because you could play as a different, 5 different hunters or some shit. That was a lot of fun. As far as
Well, just put it on the list since you only have 8 games.
put it
You
on
may
the
as well
list.
just put it on there.
Hey,
Metroid.
all right, fine.
We're making
number
Kai's
9,
list for him.
All right. So that's
Yep.
yeah. There you
Donkey
go. That's
Kong.
number 9. Donkey Kong
Good
Country
choice.
2, Diddy's Conquest. I think it transcends the game. The music alone just puts it in a different category of art, and I can't get over the fact it's for a silly fucking funny monkey game. Okay, top 3
Here we go.
games. These are Andrew Core. If someone had to sit me down,
If it's a genre of music,
if someone
Core.
had to sit me down and say, "Hey, what's like the defining Andrew games?" These top 3 are it, and there's no exception to them.
All right, I gotta guess. I gotta take my guess. It's gotta be Yakuza,
Yakuza.
Metal Gear Solid.
Mhm.
What would the third be?
What would the third be? Is a good question, isn't it? Isn't it?
It's gotta be Zelda game, maybe.
Zelda. Okay, Kaya, do you want to guess the
Breath of the
third
Wild.
game?
Zelda sounds right, but which
Hmm.
one?
I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
it's
Has
which
Andrew
Zelda?
ever been
Which
into the
Zelda?
Breath of the Wild shit? Okay, I'm
I
gonna say
can't
Mario
remember hearing
Odyssey.
Mario Odyssey.
Wait, did-
Okay.
I thought I
Wait,
was
you
gonna say
already
Mario
said
Odyssey,
you
but
wrote
I
that one out, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought he
said
said
Mario
at the
Odyssey's
start.
not on there. I'll
Yeah,
give you
fuck.
another guess.
Hmm.
I
Zelda
don't think
game.
Zelda. I don't think if it was a Zelda game, it would be like an old one, like Majora's Mask, probably.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Great game.
I'm just
Kaya?
gonna say
Metal-
Yakuza anyway.
Yeah, Yakuza. Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear
Okay.
Solid.
So the top 3 games have a theme. Here's the thing. So it's what I was talking about with 999 earlier, and it is the most profound thing in how I choose entertainment, and it's all about story. Because, I'm a writer. I want to be a writer. I always imagined that if YouTube wasn't a thing, I would have tried to be like an author or a screenplay writer or comic book. It was my passion. It's whatever. I put the most time into that, making YouTube videos more than anything else. So these 3 games are very similar narratively in their themes and overarching things. And I think you'll notice a pattern here. Number 3, a game that, I'm sorry, guys, the game was rigged. You were never going to guess this in a million years. Lisa.
Yeah, I should have guessed that, actually.
Lisa
Fuck.
is the
I've
third.
heard you rant about it constantly.
Yes, Lisa is
Lisa. what?
man. The end. It's called Lisa. That's the whole
What year?
title. 2014.
14.
Is it 14?
That's what it says on the
that's
Steam
it.
page.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Lisa. Okay, so let me ascribe. Lisa's an indie game. Let me ascribe what I like about it just by the basic premise. Okay, so the world has gone through an apocalypse, and every woman on the planet has been killed. Just gone. Just vaporized from the earth. That's the plot, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You chose the most incel-sounding game.
So the point is I'm gay and an incel, and that's why it's my favorite video game of all time.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Lisa, the world has gone through an apocalypse, and all women on Earth have disappeared. They have all gone. Some time ago, just all gone. And one day, your character, Brad, is walking through the post-apocalyptic world, very similar to Mad Max, very similar to Fist of the North Star type deal. And he finds a baby on the ground. And he's like, oh shit, a baby. Then he looks, and it's a baby girl. And he's like, oh, fuck.
So he kills her.
Oh,
Ew, gross.
oh, God. Ugh. The rest of the game is you navigating the post-apocalypse with every other man on the planet trying to take that baby from you. Whether it's to, protect, train her into the army, whether nefarious, less than scrupulous purposes. There's a lot of story there. And it is a beautifully fucked up title. It is dark. It is emotional. And at the same time, it is by far the funniest video game I've ever played in my life. It just balances it perfectly. It is hysterical. I have never laughed harder at any other video game, and yet the plot is decidedly serious and awful and terrible, and bad things happen to people whether they deserve it or not. But it is an immense story, tons and tons of personality and character to it, tons of world-building, soundtrack, super iconic, lots of memorable songs. Watch the trailer. We're watching it on stream right now. Watch it, and it gives you a great idea of just what you're going to inhabit. It's gross, it's weird, it's unique, and it has left a profound impact on me like very few other games have. It asks tons and tons of existential questions that resonate hard with me, such as, what does it mean to be a man? What defines manliness? What would you sacrifice for your family? What principles would you get rid of in an emergency? All sorts of great questions.
So is it like a God of War story
themes.
where you're like the father figure?
I'm not going to spoil it.
Okay.
Because you could say yes, but that does it a disservice.
Okay, fair
It's much more complicated than that.
We can say it's a
And
platformer, at least, right?
It's an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG. But it's just, it's, you know, there's a lot I could get into, but it would spoil it. And it's profound. It's a very, very, very profound game if you kind of resonate with what it's talking about. And it's, you know, like you watch the trailer and like he's climbing up a dude's mustache instead of a ladder. Like, you know, yeah, I'll explain the theme at the very end and how it ties into everything, because it ties into all this stuff. But just a game that has impacted me many, many times.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that was rigged.
That was rigged.
What the fuck?
Well, actually, no, if
number
you pay
number two,
attention to
guys.
him,
Well,
Yeah,
what's number
yeah.
2, guys? Come on, it's so hard to guess.
It has
Metal
to be
Gear
Yakuza. I'm
Solid.
gonna kill myself if it's not.
I don't know if I'm starting to think Yakuza's not on the list.
Kaya, can you
Yeah.
please search Yakuza 0 and put it on the screen, please?
Never mind. I wish.
I'm a
I
little
wish.
predictable, I know. Number 2 is Yakuza 0. Yes,
thank
yes,
God, finally.
yes.
Oh god. I get that
Had
weight
to
off my
pick.
chest. Oh my
Had to
God.
pick one game. Had to pick one game from the series. Yakuza 7 was a big contender. Kiwami 2 was a big contender. Just a lot of different stuff. But I feel for my money, it's always got to be 0. Best story, best character arcs, most fun side quests and characters. It's
The
fucking
minigames, yeah.
It's Yakuza, man. You are a street tough fucking punk walking around the streets of Japan, and in the main plot they go, there's a child smuggling ring here that we need to dissolve, and there's a big shootout and fist fights, and then you show up and they're like, oh, they're gone. Well, like all this intrigue, and then you go, oh, I'll take a break from that, and you meet a woman who wants you to smuggle her a pizza from her husband, and then you walk down the street and a guy's like, I challenge you to a karaoke battle. You're like, oh, that's great. And then you walk down the street, and another guy's like, I bet you can't beat my score in Outrun for the Sega Arcade. And you go, you bet your fucking ass I will. That's Yakuza. You have this cool crime thriller plot filled with 1,000 stupid distractions. And that to me is the perfect game. You know, you got everything you need when you want to just kill some time, do a 10-minute side quest, what the fuck ever. And then you also have a long, overarching crime thriller plot that you can get invested in. It's everything.
so much
Like
to
It's
the
it.
mini
everything.
games. Like Jack
No, I
love
sends me
I love the
screenshots of
Yakuza games
like,
as well. I love them as well. All
Yeah.
of them.
I know you do.
They're
You
great.
like the mini game where you sexted a woman and she's sending you feet pics?
Yep.
Yeah, that was from
There's in
Infinite
Yakuza 0,
Wealth.
you go to a phone sex room and you have to choose the smoothest lines to say to get to go on a date. And some of them are like, "Oh, you look really fat today," and like really bad ones that you can just say to her. But
I mean,
Yakuza,
yeah, it's a constant mini game in all the Yakuza games is where like they show softcore porn eventually
Yep.
in the mini game. It's like the entire
Yep.
point of it.
Great
Very
combat. Yakuza 0 is probably the best in the whole series. You play as 2 characters, both with 4 different fully realized fighting styles. I mean, what is there to say that I wouldn't like? It gives you everything in a game I could possibly be
They're
looking
great
for.
games.
Yeah. Great story alongside great action, alongside all sorts of silly bullshit. I like games that just feel immersive, and Yakuza somehow, as stupid and silly as it gets, it makes you engrossed in the world and make you give a shit about these weirdos. It's great. It's
All
just fucking great. What's my number 1 game, gentlemen?
Metal
so easy.
Gear Solid.
Mhm.
Which Metal Gear Solid's the best one?
That's a great question, isn't it?
Wait, let me have a look
Two.
at the list. I feel like I can. No. It's he's definitely chosen like not one that most people would say. I'm assuming
Okay.
maybe. I'm gonna go 4 Guns of the
4.
Patriots.
Okay, and Kaya says 2.
Sure, yeah, 2.
Okay, so Kaya, you were just missing the mark, Jackson. You overthought it. Metal Gear Solid 3, bitch. The most
we should have
popular
combined.
one. Metal
Wait,
Gear Solid 3, gentlemen, sit around the fire. Let me tell you a cozy little story. Metal Gear Solid 3 directly changed what I value in and how I perceive media entirely. Fully, entirely. There's a reason I am a Kojima fanboy. Metal Gear Solid 1 comes out 1996, I think, and I'm like 5-6 years old. My brother's playing it on the PlayStation 1, my older brother. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. He's stealthing around and killing guards. I don't understand the story at all. I have no idea what's going on. Then, I'm an older kid. Metal Gear Solid 2 comes out. Metal Gear Solid 2 comes out on PlayStation 2. And I go, wow, I really don't understand this story at all. What the fuck is going on? None of this makes any sense, but this game is so cool. And then Metal Gear Solid 3 comes out, and I'm a little bit older, a little bit wiser. And I finally sit there and I go, oh, I get it now. I understand. And from that point on, that's what got me into story. That's what made me want to be a writer. It was
just the first story that you got? Understood?
Yeah, that's right. All the others, I just never got it. I just sat there and I went, wait a minute, why did they hop on Pop? It was the first story I had... It was the first story I had ever seen that I resonated with, that I engrossed myself in, that I cared about everything, every nuance, every detail.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, is it the first game or the first story where you actually understood the subtext in it? Because I could see that.
All of it, everything, the subtext, the outside references and context of everything, the allusions, the references. It's when I really started giving a shit about all of that. When I started reading wikis and doing homework and paying attention to stuff. And when I really grew to love character interactions and character arcs and plot beats and emotional string tugging and everything that it takes to write a good plot. It is the first piece of media to ever really do it to me. And ever since then, it's what I care about. I don't want to spoil the story of Metal Gear Solid 3, but that ending just shook me to my fucking core. And I never, ever recovered. And it defined my taste ever fucking since. And since then, now that I'm an adult and throughout my life, I've gone back. I've played the first 3. Sequels came out. 4 came out. 5 came out. Also good games. I went back, played the trilogy. God knows how many times. Now I understand all of them. Now I know what's going on. And now I appreciate them even more. But 3 is a prequel. You can go into it. You don't really need to know that much about the previous 2 to really get engrossed, which I guess is to my advantage.
I'm sorry, but I'm laughing at this the cutscene of this Russian dude.
Yes.
I was like, okay, Kojima's just named him Grenin, of course.
Yeah, of course.
It sounds like Lenin. And then he literally says, I'm a member of the Order of Lenin.
Of course.
It's so funny.
There's a character in Metal Gear Solid whose entire thing is he shits his pants in every single video game. I will not deny how silly it is. And now we get to why the top 3 is the top 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 is a spy thriller about the Cold War politics and the intrigue of nations that also has a man named the Fury who quotes David Bowie songs while he fights you, and when he dies turns into a giant fireball with his screaming face on it. Yakuza is about streetwise punks who are witnesses to murder and killings and horrible crimes and extortion and run around beating the piss out of people and committing horrible acts of violence. And at the same time, running real estate businesses where a chicken is your manager, or you throw a guy's head in a microwave and look at the clerk and say, heat that up for me, won't you? Lisa is a dark game about drug addiction and what it means to be a father and what humanity would do to each other if there were no more laws. And at the same time, there are dudes who run around cosplaying the Power Rangers because they're just that bored. And you run into them multiple times. My favorite thing in life, because of Metal Gear Solid 3, is a serious story with goofy moments in it. Something you can get emotionally attached to, but still makes you laugh just as much. I want the full emotional spectrum in my entertainment. It is why my fucking standards are so high. It is why I care more about writing than anything else. This game warped my entire life, and I have never, ever gotten past it. The end. The most Andrew game of all time.
I mean, yeah. you summed that up perfectly. These
That's
are the
it.
most Andrew games of all time, which is why we pinpointed Yakuza and Metal Gear Solid from the very beginning.
A little basic bitch, don't you think?
I want games where I laugh and cry. And I think those 3 games especially just do it the best. They really, really, really do. Tons of other games I've thought about, but Andrew Core is those 3 games and always will be. It's going to be a long time before they get replaced.
Let's just, real quick, the official choice for best game of all time, if you want to play good games, is Worms Armageddon, Outer Wilds, and Metal Gear Solid 3. That's what we've determined as being the best games of all time.
Those are 3 genuinely really good choices, in my opinion.
If they had sex and had a baby, what's the game?
The Outer Worms Snake Eater.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
The Outer Worms Snake Eater.
Also, Jackson, to go to your comment on the most popular one, there's a reason that Metal Gear Solid 3 is the only Metal Gear getting a full from the ground up remake that's coming out soon. It is the most popular
one as well.
It's the most popular. It's widely regarded as the best one. There's a reason. It's the king of the franchise, and I don't disagree. I don't disagree. It is something. It's a fucking force of a game. It really gets you.
Fair enough.
So I'm fucking excited.
I'm gonna survive personally.
Man, shut up and fuck you. Shut your goddamn mouth.
That's like I'm excited. Good.
I'm excited. There's a remake. I'm a little skeptical because Kojima's not involved, but I mean, day one, still playing it. I don't fucking care anymore.
No Kojima.
I'd want it. Yeah, Kojima's not in it. He's not in the remake. It's Konami.
Huh.
Yeah.
Konami sucks. Fuck Konami.
That they do. Meanwhile, Kojima's making Death Stranding 2, which comes out soon, actually. Very soon.
So why did Death Stranding not make the list? Because you knew that you needed Kojima's Metal Gear Solid 3 in the list, so you couldn't do 2 Kojimas?
Metal Gear 3 was always going to be number 1. It was never a debate. Death Stranding's probably not even my top 10. And while I really, really did like it, I don't think it hit me with the emotional highs that Metal Gear 3 does. I don't think it came close to those, you know?
Fair.
Didn't hit the same.
Maybe Death Stranding 2 will, though. I've heard that Death Stranding 2 is set in Australia, which is kind of cool.
Is it?
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
Maybe you'll be in the game.
Fury Road.
Yeah, well, I think that's why, because he got George Miller involved in it. George Miller's involved in Death Stranding 2.
George Miller's in Death Stranding 2? Really?
I think so. I think he's...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think he is.
Damn.
So when Kojima learned that, he decided to put the game in Australia for some reason.
That sounds like Kojima.
That's how he makes his choices. Which celebrity can I suck up to now? All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the official podcast. That is our definitive lists. Let us know if you agree or disagree, or you think our choices are basic or basic bitch choices. We want to hear your list as well. Leave your 10 favorite video games of all time, or tell us which one of the lists you related to the most. You can head on over to official.men for a 7-day free trial to our membership platform, which gets you early ad-free access to all of our shows, including the official podcast, Red Thread, and Criminally Stupid. Criminally Stupid, for example, that's pretty much the only way to watch the show at the moment. We've got about 10 episodes exclusively up there available for you now, so you can use that free trial and get access to that. Yeah, it comes out every week, so head on over there. As well as bonus episodes, they're coming out as well. Bonus official podcast episodes, usually every week. So you get double the amount of official content in general by heading over there. And again, 7-day free trial. That's at official.men. Or you can use the old platform, which is patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. That's still supported, but there's no 7-day free trial over there. That's everything from me. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.